black penis with Marco.
It will be the first time.
Exactly.
Alright.
That shit sounds like it's working over here.
See, it sounds like it's working. It sounds like it's working. But it's actually not working. It's not registering on this shit. I will set it all on fire. Fuck it.
Alright.
We're turning it off.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, snuggle up real close.
Spread your legs.
Here, you can take it. You can take it off the stand. There you go. There you go. And then that way you can hand it over to John from time to time. Do you need some? Can you take it a little further out of the? There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are figuring out the audio situation. Okay, well you can't really then. Well then you need to you just need to move it a little.
Go like this.
You know, I know you're a large Mexican boy, but
Come on, dude.
Well, you gotta scoot
It ain't the first
turn
time,
sideways.
man. So
Don't
close.
make it homosexual.
Yes. Shit.
All right.
Fuck it.
Shit. Fuck it. All right.
Don't touch me there, man.
Listen, this is a space. This is a space where people are allowed to touch each other however they see fit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 49 of Conservatish. My name is Peter Feliciano. Just we're getting all out on the table. I'm Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican, some black, some German, and some English. So there you go. But only in the penis is the black. John, what are you? Because again, identity politics are the most important things.
As far as I know, I'm 100% Polish.
Really?
As far as I know.
That's what that smell is.
Yeah. No, that's just tequila from last night.
Okay. Now, here, get a little closer to the microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, is it possible to oh, yeah.
I
If
mean,
you take it out of the stand, then you can hand it.
Yeah, but handing it's all fucking weird. Like, oh, okay, your turn. Oh, your turn.
Yeah, well, we don't have a lot of options. I mean, I do have another microphone in the car, but
We're not gonna do that.
we're not going to do it.
Get close to the fucking mic.
Get the fucking stand out of his face.
All right, that's good.
Our guests today are Jon and Marco. Here, get the mic. Just take it out of the thing.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Good job, boys. I'm very proud of you. Now, and then Marco, you're a Mexicano.
Yes, sir.
Full blood?
As far as I know.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Here, you can hand it with that hand. Yeah, and then you can...
I'm gonna forget.
Exactly. It's very romantic. This is kind of a shit show.
Don't be scared, John.
I knew it was gonna be a little bit of a shit show. I'm eating a goddamn tuna sandwich from Subway.
Tuna and cheese, and that's it.
Well, yeah, because
$7.50.
it was fucking really goddamn
And it was
expensive for
6
no reason.
inches.
That shit was $7.50 for a 6-inch.
For a 6-inch tuna
I'll give you a
with
9-inch
Swiss,
for free.
you can't. It's impossible. I already saw it earlier.
Fuck, he got me.
It's on the fucking Megan's Law.
That's your girlfriend's name.
All right, now, and then, so part of the reason why I wanted to have you boys on, obviously, John and I go back. You and I used to work together at Brookstone. I didn't even realize when I was a manager there, or assistant manager, that I wrote you up at some point.
Yeah. And
What did I write you up for?
I don't fucking remember. I just.
God damn it.
I don't know
I'm
what
sorry.
it was, but it was you. You wrote me up. It was during the
sorry.
day, and then he said, "Sign this," and I was like, "Fuck you! I ain't signing shit." And you're like, "Well, then go home." Then I'm like, "Fucking right, I will." And I hit up. I was like, "What's up with your fucking assistant manager? He's being a bitch."
Wait, I must have only done it if told me to do it.
Nope. She said, "What the fuck is wrong with him?"
Are you serious?
swear
Don't
to God,
fucking lie.
I'm not lying. That was. She was, "What the hell is wrong?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I'm going home." So.
Well, what happened then? Obviously, we smoothed it out, but I don't remember it.
Well, it was just like,
All right.
it's whatever. Next day was the next day, and that was it.
I don't know.
Well,
what
I
happened.
think I ended up just quitting. Like a week later.
Really?
Yeah, I just told.
But we were cool. We were cool.
No, we were
after
fine.
that.
I didn't leave because of that. I just
Alright.
got
It's
sick
the
and tired.
fact that it's not females.
What do you mean
Females
it's
will
not?
hold grudges.
Yeah, that's
well,
true.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Females
we
do,
were
yeah.
talking about that, like the whole work, friendship, like,
Right.
like
Right,
you
we
know,
were
work's
talking about
work.
it the other day.
So it's like, I don't care. I could tell you, like, fuck you. I don't like you as my coworker, but hey, you
Right.
want to hang out, have a beer afterwards, or
Right.
espresso shots?
Right, I do drink a lot of espresso. But no, yeah, that was interesting. I forgot all about working at Brookstone. I completely fucking
So
spaced that.
you remember
Who? Who the fuck is that?
that was our guy that our stock guy, black dude. He used to just like restock shit, like
No, I
do
don't
delivery. Really?
Anyway, what happened to him?
He's getting married.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't.
Have we talked to...
No, I tried to find that bitch on Facebook. I can't find her.
She wouldn't be on Facebook.
I know.
I think she was going to go work for weddings, like a bridal shop or something.
You would have thought she'd retire.
I know, right? She was cool. I liked her. What about yeah, I saw a couple months after that, like a year afterwards.
Is he still there?
No, he's working at the Brookstone in God, we shouldn't say this. Anyway, I should cut all these people's names.
I mean,
but yeah, was working at a different Brookstone.
And still,
have you talked to?
I have him on Facebook, and he's still into young girls apparently.
What
is he, a fucking pedophile?
Hang on a second. You can't legally say he's into younger, like 18-ish at least. Come on, John.
Well,
don't get me in trouble.
He's a what? We can edit this.
I can fucking edit it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
he likes.
Well, I just noticed
his sexual preference is that he enjoys younger
let's
women.
Just say he's a soccer coach for high schoolers, girls team.
Whoa.
Okay.
And I got the vibe from him before he did that.
Hey, I think you're gonna have to edit this shit out, man.
Well, especially if this is gonna go, and then
if I edit out his name, then we're fine.
Okay.
Okay. So you're sure that he was kind of where did you get the vibe? Because
every time like these younger girls would come into Brookstone, and then he would like give them A1 service to the massage chair, like he's actually gonna sell the fucking thing to these girls, but he knew he's not.
No, he's.
But
not.
he was just like, oh yeah, I don't know. And these girls are like 16, 17.
I mean, we all have like at least. I mean, if we're being real, which is it might be a little early to be real in the podcast, but I don't know. I don't like the way I'm holding my sandwich.
It's very feminine.
It is. And the way I'm sitting, since I lost all this weight, I lost 100 pounds. Since
he
March.
did, yeah. When he was at Brookstone.
Damn! Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir. But I've never been able to like cross my legs like that, so now it's a little too.
Well, you went down, I went up.
Is that shit hurting your balls?
No, actually, because I can retract them into my thorax.
Is that when you get cold?
But that's interesting, man. I didn't think of that. Huh.
Well, that's just my take on it, but it's like you get the vibe.
I get the vibe.
And
what about that one chick? That one I don't. Yeah.
I don't know what happened to her. Remember she
I think
said
she was getting
pregnant?
married. Oh, pregnant?
Right.
Is that what it was?
She thought she was pregnant, and then she did this whole like pregnancy like clothing and all that just to realize that she wasn't really pregnant.
Whoa.
So like she like treated this whole thing like, yeah, I'm pregnant. Ooh, I got this glow. Not really.
But she was just fat.
No. This was like she's not showing you anything, but she's still wearing these pregnancy clothes. So
weird.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her.
Anyway, you and I you and I know each other. I don't know Marco at all, but I did notice when you and I were talking. Sometimes some of the things you've posted on Facebook, John, even though you are Polish, are you an immigrant or?
I'm an immigrant. Yeah.
Okay, you're an immigrant.
You want to see my
This guy,
No.
He's a white guy. He's white as fuck, and he's been deported.
Have you really?
He has been deported.
Okay, we got to get into that story a little bit. But one of the reasons, obviously, we know each other, and we're funny people or whatever. Mm-hmm. Can't speak for Marco, but one of the things I was thinking is like because we would see each other and like I appreciate the fact that of like people who don't fit in boxes. Because most of us don't, you know what I mean? But even online, you're not supposed to, like, if you're an immigrant, you're supposed to be all the way left. And I was like, yeah, this motherfucker's not all the way left, you know what I mean? There's some shit that he posed, I think most of us are kind of somewhere in the middle. But that's why I was interested in having you on. Yeah. And then Marco was like commenting and shit and like talking about guns. And you said I should have Marco on. I'm like, I'm all about guns, so yeah, fucking we'll talk about it. So that's part of the reason I wanted to have you on.
I mean, look at his sweatshirt.
Yeah, I know. National Rifle.
He almost wore his American hat flag. What was it?
It's a hat with the flag on it, American flag.
Interesting. All right, so we understand yours. Now, you were born in America?
I was born here.
Okay. Always the Bay?
Daly City.
Daly City? Ooh, you poor thing. I fucking hate Daly City. Do you like Daly City?
I never lived there, but I was born in Daly City.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
And what's what Do you ever get weird looks or weird?
Oh, for sure. All
For the
time.
National Rifle Association hoodie?
Oh yeah.
Okay, what's some of the?
Oh yeah.
What's some of the ways that people have given you shit?
Oh yeah. They'll give me bad looks. Sometimes I'll have people saying nice sweatshirt, but in the Bay,
Right.
people are very liberal.
Right.
People don't like guns here,
Right.
so most of the time, bad looks. That's it. They don't say anything.
Exactly,
So
because
I feel like they're scared,
It's
but
passive-
there's nothing to be scared of.
it's first things first. It's passive aggressive white people is what it is. They're not used to confronting somebody. If it was a white guy, if it was a guy who kind of looked a little like John, wearing that fucking National Rifle Association, they would say something. But because you look Mexican and they're a little intimidated, they have their anti-gun principles clashing with their white guilt, and so it cancels each other out. So that's probably why they wouldn't say something to you. But that's interesting.
Yep.
Do you ever get shit, John, on Facebook for the shit that you post?
Nah,
Really?
I don't.
So, what would you say would be like the most controversial thing that you've posted? I should have brought in some Exhibit A.
Right. I mean, shit. I don't fucking know.
Well,
I mean,
maybe there's a better question. What would be one of the things that you lean right on, or that you lean centrist on?
you gotta give me a topic.
So, like guns as an example.
Oh, well, I'm all for guns.
Okay.
As long as you know what the fuck you're doing, you get your proper training.
Right. Do you ever run into people who are in your Polish, like either your family or who have immigrated, who have weird, who are all about open borders, no checks, no nothing?
No, well, see, because I'm not I don't know, I don't talk much about gun laws and stuff.
Right.
I'm all for it, but I'm not vocal about it.
Okay. In what way?
Well, right now, I don't know when's the last time I talked about guns to anybody.
Oh,
Besides,
okay.
you know what I mean? I don't go around wearing a sweatshirt like this dickhead.
Yeah, I know.
But other than that, yeah, I just if someone asks me, I'll be honest with them and be like, yeah, I'm all for guns.
Right. What about immigration stuff?
With the whole Trump wall thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Okay.
So, I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do.
Right.
I can't vote. I'm an immigrant, so I got a green card.
Oh yeah, that's fucking right.
So what am I gonna do?
Right.
A white guy here can't vote. The Mexican guy here can vote. Wow.
That's true.
White privilege. Where the fuck's my white privilege at?
So what's the? Have you run into as far as you said something that was interesting a second ago. So you said that you've been deported before.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you willing to tell that story?
Yeah. Well, this was when I was 11. When
did you come here?
When I was 11.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, well, yeah, when I was 11, and then stayed here till now. But before that, I guess I might have been 10, because it was a year after we got our shit together, all our paperwork.
Okay.
And then, we're here now. But, yeah, we just came over. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if, my mom didn't, put together, the visa right, or I don't know what it was. But, I mean, obviously, they let us out of Poland to go to this plane to go into America. So you would think you'd have to get everything processed.
Right.
Before actually landing to America. I mean, that's how it works, right? You don't...
Yeah, I think with some, they let you work, sometimes up to 5-10 years or
Right.
something, but you work 5-10 years, and then you do all the tests and all the shit, and you take the pledges and whatever, and then you have citizenship. But you do have to be here, I think, for 5 years total.
No, I think it was a white privilege, man.
Maybe. They were like, he's white, let him through, fuck it.
Right.
But, so, we stayed at our grandma's house, right? And,
Were you hiding and stuff, or was it?
No, so it was weird. So, we were at the airport for a good fucking 12 hours. They were holding us, right?
Okay. In Poland or here?
No, here.
Here, okay.
To the point where they gave us a few days to stay before we got deported.
Oh, okay. So you got deported pretty much right away. It wasn't okay.
Right. So we and it's so funny. We have this joke at our grandma's house that every time the phone rings, we say, immigration, because that's what ended up happening. They called my grandma's house.
Wow.
They're like, hey, this is, immigration, blah, blah, blah. You guys got to go the fuck back where you came from.
Interesting.
So now it's like every time a phone rings over there, it's like, oh, immigration, don't pick that shit up.
Right. Now, what was the reason why they wanted to come here?
Well, my grandparents were here.
Okay.
And they promised a better life.
Right.
So we were like, all right.
Do you remember who the president was at the time?
What, here?
When you got deported?
Fucking
Clinton, right?
Clinton.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I see what you did there.
Tricky Mexican. So you have when so do you feel like personally it was a better life? I mean, do you remember much about Poland?
Yeah, I mean it was like I just remember doing a lot of playing outside and shit. Like it was. I mean, I did not.
Right. I think you're too young probably to
Right.
remember.
I mean, there was no like politics involved when I was a fucking
Right.
kid over there. I just remember going to school, being a fucking kid.
Right.
You know. So I don't know how things are over there now.
Have you ever been back?
I haven't been back yet.
Okay.
I want to go back just for the shits and giggles. You know, that's where I'm
Right.
from. Shit.
Do you know if you have your green card? Would they
It actually expires in a year. I need to get on top of that
Okay.
before Trump takes my ass back.
Right.
So
So
expires on 4/20.
interesting. Okay.
Funny.
You're allowed to visit back home if you have a green card, right? It's not like they get a little weird and make you stay.
Well,
or
I just renewed my passport.
okay.
So, I mean, technically, if I wanted to, I could have dual citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
I've just honestly been too lazy to actually go get my citizenship here. I've just been renewing my green card.
Right.
No jury duty. Woo!
For like 20 years or something, or 20.
Yeah. So it every time you renew it, it's good for another 10 years.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the immigration stuff, there's a lot of weird shit that kind of the narrative, and I wasn't thinking of like making it all political necessarily, but like one of the things that I was thinking about is there's this idea that even just knowing who the fuck is coming in is like racist somehow. Like I think knowing who the motherfuckers, like I don't think it's crazy to like ask if you're coming. Hey, what's your name? Like, do you have your birth certificate or something
Or just
to
like
prove you're that? So
me bringing Marco here, it's like, who the fuck are you bringing?
right,
You can't just bring anybody here.
right.
Or maybe we can. I don't know.
But I mean, like, because you personally, you know, did the jump through hoops or whatever, like, you know, as long as they know who you are and you pay taxes and stuff, then, you know, it's not like you're going to get kicked out. Yeah, you're not a citizen necessarily, but, you know, it's not.
Well, it's funny because we just saw this post, and he just tagged me in it. The rapper 21 Savage.
Right, he got deported.
He got deported. And then someone on the comment section said something about white privilege, or how come, or what did he say? Do you remember?
I don't think that was me because I don't even know who the fuck that is.
21
Yeah, you did.
He's a shitty rapper, but he's an awful fucking. He's like Kodak Black, like the same like.
Pull up on guard.
Fucking.
One of those mumble rappers and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he just sounds like he just woke up out of bed. 21. But yeah, someone said like, you know, well, where the white people getting deported? You know, how come there? And then it's like, I think it was you that tagged me, and then.
Oh, yeah. On the
And
comments,
you're like,
that's right.
me, motherfucker.
Somebody said something like, where's the white people getting deported? And I tagged you, and I'm like, here he is.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, it happens to everybody.
Right, and that was Clinton too, I guess. So yeah, that makes sense. Your point earlier, Mark. Yeah, that's I don't know. I like being, you know, obviously, you know, it's a little self-centered, so I'm not trying to like suck my own dick or whatever. But like,
You can if you want to. You just lost some weight. I mean, hey.
exactly. And it, I mean, it's always been big enough. So, but I was thinking like I like being halvesies, you know what I mean? And I like having a podcast. Like I like being into gays and guns, you know what I mean? Like I'm somewhere in the middle. I like having it. I don't like being all the way one way or another, you know what I mean? Like it fucking annoys me when people have to fit in some political box or whatever. Like, and so I like it when there's contrast, when shit, like you can see it. Oh, you don't fit in the fucking box. You know, I want to talk to people like that. You know what I mean? People who are somewhere in the center, you know?
Yeah, it's funny. We had our Uber driver. We went to, when we got Uber to Caltrain.
It was Tobacco, man.
Anyway.
It was what? No, what?
We requested Uber to take us to Bavmo because we were taking Caltrain, and you're
That
allowed
is
to.
the most white trash sentence I've ever heard in my life. We requested Uber to take us to Bevmo. Jesus Christ, Marco. Come on.
I got on there and I'm like, you're probably thinking like, well, why the fuck are these guys going to Bevmo? Well,
Right.
we're going to Caltrain and it's totally legal to drink on Caltrain. So
Right, that's true.
fuck it, go to Bevmo. Caltrain's right across the street. Got on Caltrain, drank a few beers, and here we are.
There you go.
So yeah, our driver had a lot of like political views and shit. We were like, man, we should get you on here. His name was Pepe. Pepe.
His name was Pepe?
And he was black too.
Holy shit!
He was
like
black.
62 years old. 62. And
See, even before when I was super anti-Trump, like beginning of 2016, I wasn't like militant or anything. I knew obviously like I don't think it's that fucking important who the fucking president is.
Right.
There's enough insulation around the motherfucker, whoever it is, even if it was Hillary, and I didn't, you know.
Yeah. Oh, let me ask you guys a question here.
Oh.
Has your life changed since President Trump became president?
No, not really.
No, exactly.
That's one thing I'll preach. Like, people are like so left or right on like presidents, but at the end of the day, if you look back, how has your personal life really got affected by who's president? And some people bring up Medicare and all that blah blah blah, but like in all honesty, like I haven't been affected at all.
No.
Clinton, fucking Obama, and now Trump. I'm like, I could literally be like outside of the loop on who the fuck the president is and be
just
totally fine.
Right. In fact, if you never actually looked at a newspaper or Twitter, like if you just
Right.
deleted all the Facebooks and all that shit, you wouldn't even know and you wouldn't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
I would just go to work, do my regular shit, and be totally fine.
You ever hear that? You ever heard of Bill Hicks, the comedian?
Mm-mm.
So Bill Hicks had this thing. This was back in early '90s, and he was like, I turn on CNN. It's really unhealthy. I watch it for 23 hours a day. And he's like, I turn on CNN and there's war, disease, AIDS, famine. It's the end of the fucking world. And he looks outside, and like everything's. He's like, where's this shit happening? Like, right. There's so much there's so much panic and so much importance. This is very important. The stakes are so high with Trump. No, it's not. The fucking stakes are high. Shut the fuck up, people. You know what I mean? I was watching this Salon interview with Colin Quinn because I like Colin Quinn. And the guy said, with the stakes high in the Trump administration, like the stakes are not fucking high. We don't need to clamp down on jokes, piece of shit. Calm the fuck down. You know what I mean? Like we don't need to get that far a stick up our ass. You know what I mean? The stick up the ass people used to be the far right Christians back in the 90s, and now it's the far left atheists. There's just a bunch of motherfuckers can't take themselves with a little grain of salt, can't laugh at themselves, can't, second guess, and need to label, like back in the 90s it was heathens, and now it's like racists. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
Calm the fuck down,
Yep.
So how long did you stay deported?
Ooh, I think it was like a good year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Until, like, I guess we got our green card and shit together, and then finally, came in legit.
Do you know how hard it is to get a green card?
Now I don't know. I mean,
No idea.
I have no idea. I don't.
I like that, though. I kind of like that it's not like, a very, studious guy who speaks with a Kenyan accent talking about immigration. Like, it's like, no, my life was all right, and I grew up like a normal kid, and it's like, yeah. I mean, that's what I like about this fucking podcast is that I'm so far from a goddamn expert, and obviously both of you understand that. But like, I'm so far from a fucking expert, and my main thing is like we're me and some friends are planning on possibly doing some videos where we go into places with MAGA hats on, maybe, and And
why didn't you post something like
I like stirring
Trump
shit up, dude.
Trump socks or some shit? What did you?
Yeah. These fans of the podcast bought socks like Trump 2020 socks.
Right.
But I haven't worn them. But
people on your Facebook got a reaction, didn't they?
Yeah, there were some people who were very upset. Actually, there were more people upset with having a Proud Boy or the former Proud Boy on than even that. There's a lot of people who literally cut me out of their life. Because I can't believe you would have somebody on your podcast. Like, you fucking child.
You know what? I'm right there with you on that.
What?
Facebook. I had so many friends before that are liberal. They're on the liberal side. I would go out with them. We'd go to concerts, have fun, whatever.
Right.
I never involved politics and friendship. And I started posting shit about politics on Facebook. I like to stir shit up all the time, too.
Right.
And I really don't give a fuck about Trump, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Like, he's stupid. He needs to stop tweeting.
I know, right?
Like, just shut up. Just be president and shut the fuck up. Anyways, so we got into it on Facebook over some police brutality shit.
That's a hot button topic.
Yep, it's been for quite a few years. And out of nowhere, this guy that was a really good friend of mine, we go way back. We'd go to concerts. We get drunk as shit together. Mm-hmm. He deletes me. He completely blocks me from his life and everything. I'm like, all right, whatever. Politics. I kept him separate.
Was he black? Okay. Was he white?
He was, let's just say he was Latino.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just keep it at that.
Sure.
He was older gentleman.
His last name is
right.
Older gentleman. He was. We were really close actually.
Right.
For a bit there, but now I have no idea what the fuck he's doing.
It sucks, man.
So,
yeah, I had after.
Was it that guy that we went to go see?
That guy that you went to go see.
I
love how this is. I love how this is.
I
love how this is like a goddamn gang podcast already. Goddamn it! I let the Mexican into the studio. I shouldn't have fucking done it.
Well, too late.
So, you were gonna say something about the? Oh, what? It doesn't matter. You don't want to know who it is.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Give me more info.
The night we went to Gold's Club.
No.
Not him?
No, who the fuck did we go there with?
Well,
He was there?
We went to go see him.
This is riveting.
Yeah, that is
right
him.
Now.
Yeah. That was that. What's that restaurant called?
Oh, it's
It's on the Embarcadero.
It's like
Hillstone.
He plays guitar. You might even know him, man.
I might.
Yeah, you might actually.
You know what? Let me say this much. He's from Costa Rica.
No, I don't know. Oh, wait a second. No, you said older gentleman. No, I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So he's like a staple here around here.
Kind of. He grew up in the Mission. So,
okay.
he was around when...
Was it fucking Santana? What are you saying?
he was around that time, yeah.
Okay.
He actually got to meet Santana. He grew up with Santana's brother. Mm-hmm. So he plays guitar as well. So...
Now, did he block you because you called him a cunt or anything like that, or was it like?
No, it was just arguments on Facebook. They were all civil, pretty much, and
right. That's usually what I find.
I stand my ground.
Right.
You're my best friend. I'll stand my like John here. Me and him have gotten into arguments, but we don't give a fuck what we say to each other. We're still friends.
Adults.
Right.
That's
Wait,
why.
Say it again.
I said because we're grown adults.
Right.
We can talk about politics. We could be. This side or that side. I mean, fortunately, we're kind of like whatever.
Right.
We're not really
more laxing.
Yeah. We're just like it doesn't.
Like my experience with Uber driving is that sometimes I'd be driving Uber. I haven't for a long time, but and someone who I'd be giving a ride to, how you doing, blah blah blah, and then they would bring up
right.
politics, fucking and like not just bring up politics like, hey, what do you think? It would be, yeah, as long as we survive this piece of shit Trump. It's like, would you fucking like? Can you not? That's fucking rude to just assume that I'm on your side already. Like we gotta stay in this car for another half hour, son. Like, would you not do that shit?
You're like, you just gotta switch the subject. Is Willie Nelson still alive?
Right.
Fucking totally change the topic.
Yeah, it's creepy. But one of the things, as far as my main, because I'm fucking far from an expert, but like one of my main fights is always like, one of the things that's been playing through my head is like, okay, if I'm getting ready to go do these videos, like I'm not like well versed as some of my other friends about like, well, no, actually, he signed the bill of blah blah. It's more about, hey, don't yell at people. You're not supposed to steal someone's hat. You know what I mean? Like, let's bring it right down to kindergarten. Let's have a conversation, or let's, be civil. Don't yell at somebody. Because this chick wore her MAGA hat, and people were yelling at her on the fucking street. A woman. They were yelling at a woman immigrant. She was wearing her MAGA hat, and they're screaming at her on the street. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, that's basic kindergarten shit. Right. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I understand what I'm getting into. Yes, I like to stir up shit. But also part of it is to hold up a fucking mirror, because fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you think you're getting away with it because you have the anonymity. Well, guess what? I'm videoing your fucking ass. You know what I mean? Like,
freedom of speech. Right. Doesn't matter what side you fall on. Freedom of
right.
speech is
right.
what it is.
Right.
You respect the other side. Doesn't matter what they believe in. Doesn't matter if you don't agree with it. You have to respect that First Amendment freedom of speech. You know, you hate it, you love it, whatever. Just respect the freedom of speech. Let them think what they want. You can think what you want, but don't, no violence. You know.
And not just that, but like, because some people equate the MAGA hat to a KKK hood, which is fucking stupid. But whatever. Let's just say someone's walking down Montgomery Street with a fucking KKK hood. Is it going to affect my life? No. Is he spreading propaganda? First things first, real-ass KKK members aren't wearing their fucking hoods by themselves through a city. That's not fucking happening. Like, real-ass KKK members are fucking hush with the other way. I fucking hate these niggas. You know what I mean? Like, they're in quiet. They're being pieces of shit by themselves. There's like 25 of them fucking left anyway. But even if someone's walking down the street with a KKK hood on, is it really going to affect my life? Do I think he's a piece of shit? Yeah, but it's not going to affect my life. Exactly. I'm going to work. I got shit to do. I'm not going to take my time out to yell at somebody. You know what I mean? That's just a shitty thing to do.
Yeah. Fuck the KKK, but they got the right to do it.
Right.
You know? Right. As long as they don't commit any violent act or whatever.
Right.
You can think whatever you want. Don't fuck with me. I won't fuck with you.
Right. What were you going to say?
I forgot, but have you thought about making a video podcast?
Yeah, I've had a couple of people talk to me about it. I actually brought my fucking camera, but I left it in the car, and I'm not going to worry about it
next time.
But I mean, it's and plus you guys wouldn't want to be on video anyway.
I don't know. Depends. I don't know. I don't care.
Well, fucking La Raza over here would be fucking. He has to fucking. We have to make sure he's pictured in red or something. I don't know what the fuck.
Wear my black hoodie.
You're actually you did bring your KKK hood, so I appreciate that very much.
What? Fuck no.
When did you? So you came here? You were gone for a year, and you came back.
Yeah.
Obviously, you were like 12 at that point. So was your view of the whole process any more in depth? Was it more? Did you feel shooken up about the whole process? Or
no, it was just a pain in the ass. It was just like, fuck. Well, you know, and it's really funny because in Poland, like a lot of my friends, they didn't believe me that I was moving to America. So it was like a big thing.
Wow.
To move to America, I guess at that point.
Right.
And they were like, "You're not moving there. You're not moving there." I was like, "All right, peace." Mm-hmm. You know, so because it's America. Mm-hmm. Came over here, whatever. I got put in, ESL classes.
Right.
All my friends are like Latin and immigrants.
Right.
I rarely have any white friends really, unless they're like my coworkers.
Right.
So it's like that's where I grew up in, and so I don't know, this whole racist shit about white people are racist and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, I guess.
All right, hold on. This guy grew up in the same town that I grew up in.
Okay.
He was like one out of like 2 or 3 white people in the whole neighborhood.
Okay.
It was all either black or Latinos in that neighborhood, and he was like one out of the 2 or 3 white people in there. The police would fuck with them more than they would with me.
Oh, right, because you're like, hey, what are you fucking doing here?
Yeah, they were like, you fuck. I was like, what? You don't live here? I'm like, yeah, dude, let me see your ID. I'm like, well, you look like you're selling drugs out here.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, you're not colored, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing here? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, is this what black people go through?
Right.
When they're in the wrong neighborhood?
Yeah, a black guy in Palo Alto versus a white guy in EPA. That's what it is. Yeah. So you had, did you, because I've met a lot of people, like, especially like Filipinos from Daly City or Filipinos from like the Sunset, like some Mexican cats. Like I didn't grow up, like I didn't like even want to use nigger or whatever, like, but like, actually, honestly, I was getting ready to do this podcast, and I actually wanted to have a conversation with a black friend of mine to see, like, hey, what do you think about it? I wasn't going to ask his fucking permission because I knew I was going to do it anyway. But I was like, what do you think about it? You know what I mean? And he never got back to me, but whatever. But like, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. At this point, there is no turning fucking back. There's only like one thing I don't talk about, and outside of that, I'm way too open of a book. I won't mention names of the bitches I have sex with or things like that. But like, I will,
Katie.
Who's Katie? Oh, okay. I thought you were referencing somebody. I was like, wait a second.
It's that one chick that you. Never mind.
Wait, was it really? No. See, now you're fucking with it, cocksucker. But like,
he lost count.
Exactly. I'm a Lothario. But like, did you grow up like hip hop? Did you grow up using the N-word? Did you grow up like all that shit? Like you?
Yeah, because I was just around my boys. You know, it's not like I was using it like
right
homie reference.
Right.
You fucking no.
What's a racial slur in Polish?
For wait,
I don't
towards
care.
Polacks?
No. For whoever. I just want to learn. I just want to hear because you sound like the whitest / not the whitest, but I mean you sound like a white guy.
Why? Yes, I do. Well, there's like Muzhin.
Okay, what's that?
Well, it's not really racist. It's just like it's.
I love having a podcast. I gotta tell you.
It's like it's a black dude.
Okay,
Muzhin. Well, actually, you could. It's universal. It's like black person.
Okay, so
but that's like mayate in Spanish.
What's mayata? I've never heard of mayata.
Mayate. So basically, mayate is this bug. It's like a beetle that flies in Mexico, and it plays around in shit. When you think about it, it's fucked up. But see, Mexicans didn't intend to use that as a racist term. There's
a beetle in Mexico who eats nothing but watermelon and fried chicken.
That's fucked up. See, I don't think Mexicans intended to use it as a racist word. It was just a word that they came up with, like, oh, that mayate, you know? Like,
interesting. Okay.
I don't use that word.
Sure.
I've heard a lot of people use that word. And it's just not. It's not something I grew up with.
Okay.
So.
I mean, you hear it like you know, in high school when they had those race wars, like Mexicans versus blacks. You hear it then. Fuck you, fucking pinche mayate, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those words that back in history is not racist, but throughout the years, all the liberals and all these people start using like, oh, that's racist. Eventually, every fucking word we say is going to be racist.
Right. I don't think any white people know. Like, you could probably get away with mayate like all over California. No white people know mayate. I'm fucking Puerto Rican. I don't know that shit, so I don't know. I'm plugged. I feel like I'm plugged.
I mean, unless you're like me, who's grown up.
Right.
I mean, I pretty much grew up in his household.
Right.
So technically, I'm Mexican.
It's interesting though, but all three. So like, I think about like Italian, the moulignon. You know what I mean? Like mouli, right?
Right.
So all three have like a similar Latin root. Maybe what's the Latin root word for black guy? That's interesting. I gotta figure this out.
They all have M's.
Yeah,
except the mayate one. That's just
it'd be negro in Spanish,
right? Wouldn't it? But I don't know. Okay, so what was the Polish one?
Muzhin.
Now that could be like if you're just saying, "Hey, what color was he?" So it's not derogatory, or is it derogatory?
Because it's not a color. Because like black would be czarny. So I guess you could say czarnuch. That means like black dude, like black person.
Okay.
Muzhin.
It's
hard. I guess I don't know. It's hard because, you know, you use it like in Poland and people. There's no black people there, so it's not like people are like screaming out, like
it's like
at
heaven.
Black people. It's not like there's black people that people yell at, and
right.
You know, they just just what they were. You know, black people were called, and
right.
So it's. I don't think it's derogatory. I don't think so.
Okay.
Unless you use it in a different tone, like you fucking
Muzhin,
right.
Of course,
you know, then but other than that,
right. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't plugged into any of that shit. Like, I mean, we had, you know, some race jokes when I was maybe 10 or 11. You know what I mean? Like, you learn, like, whatever the like, most fucked up thing is to say. And I think that's just boys in general. We just like doing that. You know what I mean? Like, when you're, you know, making your friends laugh and, you know, awful shit like that. But, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to ask, do you guys have a particular race that you don't like?
I love this podcast. All right, first things first. I'm not on top I'm not.
He's stuttering.
Listen, these people know my last name, cocksuckers. But no, I'll tell you for different things. Absolutely. Right. Number one, if you're going to be driving in front of me, do not be fucking Asian. I'm telling you right now. I've talked about this, and
you know what? I've got my girlfriend's Asian.
I don't give a fuck.
And she says that same thing.
That she don't like Asian drivers?
She's like, I bet you they're Asian.
Bingo.
Well,
Bingo.
You know,
Stereotypes exist for a reason.
Racist.
Right.
It's something everybody does.
But yeah, those motherfuckers can drift. Those motherfuckers got skills too, though. Like, I guess the Asian drivers in America don't know how to drive.
Shift into fourth. So, but I will say that this is something I talked about on the last podcast. I'm gonna bring it up to you. This is my goddamn experience. Experience is the teacher, right?
Fact is not racist.
So my experience is you cannot, like, a Mexican-born Mexican, tips all right. American-born Mexican, nope, fucking shit. Black tippers, actually, I have good luck with it. I don't know why, but maybe they're trying to make up for the other ones. But my experience being a server, American-born Mexicans, I have dog shit tips.
Well, really? Really?
This guy,
Yes, sir.
I'm a good tipper.
Yeah,
Okay, well, you need to come to my goddamn restaurant.
But I work in the restaurant industry, so
okay. So, are you a server though? Do you?
I've been a server before. Yes.
Okay.
I've done it before.
Well, what was your experience with it? Like, if I see, I was making this joke. If I see like a Mexican with a belt buckle and a cowboy hat, all right, we're doing all right. If
The
I
only
see a
ones that
Mexican
tip good like
with
that-
a Niners hat, I'm fucked.
See, there's a big difference. That's two different types of Mexicans. There's like 3 or 4 different types of Mexicans. You got the cowboy hat one.
Yeah. La
Sometimes
ranchera.
the drug
La
dealer
ranchero.
ones, the ones that wear that belt buckle with the hat and the tucked-in shirt.
Right.
Sometimes drug dealer. So
Okay.
they have a lot of money. They tip. They want to impress their friends that they're with their family.
Okay.
Then you have the Mexicans, short guy, dark skin, that
Right.
come. They don't speak much English. Those
Right.
are the bad tippers. They tip. They're
Okay.
like, okay, here's $5. It's a $100 bill.
Right.
They give you $5.
Right.
Because that's enough for like a soda or a burrito.
Right.
Or whatever.
English-
I've literally heard them say that's enough for a burrito. It's like, dude, you're supposed to tip 15, 20, 25%.
Right.
Like, tip more, dude.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
and then you have, I'm a American-born Mexican. I'll tip 20%. You give me really good service. How much was it right now where we ate?
It was $53.16, and he tipped $20.
That's great.
That is,
That's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you feel like you do it because you've worked in the service industry? So that's probably
You give
why.
me good service, I'm gonna
Right.
tip you right.
Right.
Like you start a good
I mean, don't get me
conversation.
wrong. I've been surprised all the time, but that's the other thing is that I don't think like prejudice is that fucking bad. It's just prejudice. That's it.
mean, it's also-
like it's just me going, here we go. I'm still gonna give you good
right.
service.
Right.
I don't think Asians shouldn't drive, but I'm allowed to roll my fucking eyes when you're not looking. I'm allowed to go, God damn it. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with sighing? You know what I mean? Like what? It's not that
Well, I
bad.
sure as fuck don't want a white dude making my burrito or
Yeah.
taco.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah.
So, there's that.
Right.
So what's that guy's name? The one from the one that said that racist comment.
Which one?
Recently.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, there you go. Him.
Yeah.
Him.
What did you think of that?
It's.
Wait. Did you listen to the video? Did you watch the video?
I didn't listen to the video. I read the comments. I read part of the article.
Okay.
I'm not gonna comment fully on it because I don't know the full story. But based on what I've read so far, you react.
Right.
He reacted immediately. It's not like he said
Well thought
all
out.
black people.
Right. Right.
It was that one incident that he based it on.
So the story is this: when he was a kid, somewhere between like 17 and 23 or something like that, either a family member or a really close friend of his was raped. And so he asked him, hey, fucking, he's an Irish kid, getting drunk, getting in fucking Donnybrooks, like he's a fucking, rough and tumble cocksucker. And he asked us, like, what did he look like? I don't know. She said, I don't know. Well, how tall was he, blah, 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 whatever. And he asked, what color was he? And she said, black. And so he said, for the next week, I'm going into bars and he's not like chasing motherfuckers down. He's not running in, whatever. But he said he wished some black guy, he said he wished some black bastard would start something with him so he could kill him. You know what I mean? Now, if you don't step back and understand that feeling, you know what I mean? Like, to call him racist for doing that? Like, irrational? Fuck yeah. Maybe immature? Okay. Like, fucking crazy, angry human? But that's human shit. You know what I mean? Like, humans are capable of thinking all kinds of foul shit. Like, we can't, especially if you have a close family member or somebody was raped, of course you're going to be irrational. Of course you're going to have, like, fucked up thoughts and, like, wish a motherfucker would. But he didn't even do it. You know what I mean? Like, he just had that thought of doing it. So the outrage online is a bunch of cocksuckers being dishonest about themselves, really. Is that, oh no, this is separate. I've never been behind an Asian driver and went, I've never gotten tipped shitty and been like, motherfucking Mexican. I've never had a violent outburst versus, it's dishonesty. It's fucking dishonesty, That's just my fucking 2 cents.
Worst tippers, Indian people.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're a bartender.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
put the mic a little closer.
And this is just facts. I mean,
so you think worst tippers is Indian?
No, I don't think. I know.
Do you
10 out of 10.
Are you a bartender in Sunnyvale? What are you saying?
Hell no, fuck that. I'd be broke. But yeah. I mean, every time they come in, I'm just like, oh fuck. Like you said, I don't roll the eyes, but I just like in my head, I'm like, fuck. Right, and
even if they're young too, right?
Well, yeah, and I give them excellent customer service. I mean, what, let me get a beer. Okay, here you go.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
And then they rack up a tab, and sure enough, either 0 or like $1.
Right.
On like 40 plus.
I had a young kid.
Did you just break something?
Did you just? No, he didn't break it.
Nah, it didn't break.
He's a Mexican with a National Rifle Association. He'll be able to fix it anyway.
Oh, exactly. I was about to say that.
Give that motherfucker some duct tape.
I know, right? He's got some gum. Mira, I got it.
Mira, nomás le haces así, dame duct tape y ya, vámonos.
Yeah, I'm no mayate. I'll fucking fix it.
Dude, I don't know. I don't speak that Indian shit. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I actually had a young guy recently.
Oh my god.
Did you really? No, you just unscrewed it.
It didn't break. I just unscrewed it, man.
All right. But there was a.
Just
what are you doing? I don't like it when John's making ball twiddling faces at me.
You're just talking, and I think you're just unscrewing it.
I don't know. I don't trust Polacks. I think you're like conjuring a gay spirit or something. I don't know what's happening. So now I actually had a young guy. Probably he was in a party of like 3 people. It wasn't big, but they're eating, drinking for like an hour. It was something around like 100, and it was something like the tip was like $5.63, and I was fucking done with like I'm gonna be nice and won't say anything. I just very kindly, very politely, I went up to them because he was outside. He decided, let me pay for it. You can't go, let me pay for it, and then tip shit. So I went, hey, I just wanted to make sure that the service was okay. Because usually, and I showed him, because usually, in front of his friend, it might have been embarrassing, but I don't give a fuck. Hey, I just wanted to show you, like, most of the time people tip somewhere between 15 to 25%, and he was like, oh, okay, like, it embarrassed him, but, like, I don't, this is my money. This is my
done that before.
livelihood,
I've actually done that plenty of times where if it was, like, some asinine amount, like, over $100, I don't tip anything.
Right.
I'll say something. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, is there something you didn't like about my service?
Right.
And they're like, oh, no, everything was great. And I was like, what's this big-ass fucking 0 then?
Right, exactly.
Have you ever undertipped someone?
Never.
Really?
You've always done 20?
What if they give you
I always do more.
Horrible service.
To be honest with you, I haven't had much experience with bad service.
Yeah, I can hear that. Because you're not a fucking middle-aged white lady.
Well, I don't. I'm not picky. I know that shit happens. I know if it's rare you go to a restaurant and there's some fucking 17-year-old kid working who doesn't give a shit about his job,
right?
And it's just like, you know what I mean?
Right.
If there's like something in the food or something that's not the server's fault, it's like, dude, it's not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
So
as long as what I find as far as races and shit, I don't think black women. Black guys are better, but I don't think black women are taught how to, like, culturally, are just taught how to, like, be a little fucking nice. You know what I mean? Like, meaning, like, if someone, say I'm a server, I serve somebody a soup, and there's a fucking bug in it, you know what I mean, or a hair, something more, whatever, and they say, there's something in my soup, oh, I'm so sorry, oh, that's so gross, and like, with my face, with my voice, with my body language, I show that I empathize, and I will take it away, oh, don't worry about it, we'll take it off for you, blah, blah, blah. I haven't found that with a lot of customer service, especially like on the phone, black females, or maybe server's a little different, but like, you know, if somebody comes in and everybody's all booked up, say she's a host, right? And we really want a table, and we're a table of 20 people, and now we got to wait an hour and a half. This is shitty, right? So just being empathetic, just being like, oh, I know this really sucks, and just saying that, I don't think black girls like know how to do that, and it's upsetting because it's just like immediate. It's like, well, it's not my problem. Like, yeah, no shit, it's not your problem, but help me understand that you are on my side. You know what I mean? Because that's what service industry is, cocksucker. Like, just be nice. You know what I mean? Like, even if you can't do anything about it. And obviously some motherfuckers won't take that enough. They won't go like, if you empathize with them, they won't go like, all right, yeah, fine, hour and a half, all right. You know, they'll still be abusive dickheads, but you know what I mean? Like, as far as races that do shit that bother me, that's I mean, there's, much worse, but still.
I think it's also, depend like what culture you're in. Like, because I mean, you have your classy black women and your fucking Oakland ghetto,
right?
So there's a difference. Like, just like with the whole American Mexican guy tipping that wears a Niner hat,
right?
Who thinks he's a fucking cholo. He's not gonna tip, But then you just get somebody like this fucking asshole,
right?
He'll tip,
and of course, but that goes without saying. And on this podcast or in this conversation, of course, there's exceptions to the rule all the fucking time.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? I just think about like, when you asked that question, as I was going through my Rolodex of like what awful things I've thought in the last 24 hours or something, and I'm just like, you know what? Yeah,
let me record this shit and delete everything.
You have a Rolodex? How old are you?
What is a Rolodex? I rolled a guy named Dex. So what about you? Give me a race that does something that you don't like.
Let me see.
You're really raring up.
Let me see. Let me see here. Growing up Mexican, Mexicans tend to side towards one side.
What do you mean?
Mexicans, immigration.
Okay.
I have family who are here illegally and stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure.
And Mexicans. Mexicans tend to side towards that, anti-Trump thing.
Oh, politically, really?
Politically, yeah. Anti-Trump, really, has it really affected your life, to be honest with you? That's what I always say. Has it affected your life? Has your life changed? And they sit there and they think about it, and sometimes they don't answer because it's no, obviously. Right.
Do you feel like maybe it's a pride thing? Because there's a lot of like that machismo fucking pride thing of like, oh, he insulted us, so fuck him.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Especially since Trump said, oh, Mexicans, they're racist. I mean, drug dealers, rapists, and all that.
Well, he said the motherfuckers coming over the border. Yeah. But I mean,
that was stupid of him to say. I'm not gonna lie. He says some stupid shit all the time.
Sure.
It's not like I'm a Trump supporter. No, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm not a Hillary supporter either.
Right. So. Well, as far as that one, I wish that there would be more honesty on the left with the fact that it does happen, because I do actually know from my work at prisons, I do know some illegal immigrants who did kill people. Like, it's not unfucking heard of. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a crazy, like, no, it fucking happens. You know what I mean? Like, most of the time it's some gang shit, but like, be fucking real. And I feel like instead of addressing that, people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or all those crazy fucking nutjob left women won't even, thank you, sir, won't even address it. They'll just say, immediately just put it in a box of racism. It's like, exactly. No. There is a problem here with some shit. Like, it's not.
There's a problem with the left and the right,
Right.
It's like, just fucking stop acting like little kids throwing a tantrum.
Right.
Just come together, figure it out. Be adults,
Right.
Like, the government shut down. Oh, Trump this, Trump that. It's not 100% Trump's fault.
Right. Both sides
need to come in,
dug
come
their
to an
heels
agreement,
in and didn't want to fucking
get the shit together.
Right. What about you, John? Give me a race that you brought it up, cocksucker. Until you can.
I already told you.
Oh, which one? The Indians?
Yeah.
That was it?
Yeah.
Man, I got fucking way more than just. Yeah, I'm ready for anything.
Yeah,
maybe it's because I'm halvesies. Is that what it is? That I just spread the hate everywhere? But it's not
That's
hate,
just
but
that's
it's
just
you know.
it was just the interactions I've had with them. It's always negative.
Right.
And like at Brookstone, it all started at Brookstone actually.
Oh, interesting.
Because they would come in and they would yeah. Anyway, they would
Fucking car. Marco was doing a good.
I did not do such thing.
So they'd come in and then like the ladies would come in and like, oh, by the way, they treat their women like shit.
Yeah.
Like I've
Middle
seen,
Eastern's worse though. I mean, Indians not hard.
I haven't came across any Middle Eastern, so I don't.
Okay.
But so they'd come in, the ladies would come in and or the guys, and they'd be like, take off my shoes. I'm like, what the fuck?
They would
I
ask
swear to
you
God.
to take off their fucking shoes?
I swear to God, this was on
That's
Brookstone.
disgusting.
I go, no. And then they get all mad at me, like I'm not giving them customer service. I'm like on the fucking remote trying to like give them a massage. Yo, here's the shiatsu, here's the fucking foot massager. I'm not taking off your fucking shoes. You do it yourself.
Right.
And I don't know. It's almost like they act like pretentious white people.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It's they were owned by England for a long fucking time, right? Right.
So,
but English people don't do that shit. Not from my experience, anyway.
I haven't met many English
right,
people.
the posh, like, English, I think they stay in England. They don't come here. It's the tourist English that come here.
I get a lot of marina douchebag kids.
Okay, yeah.
Those are pretentious. And
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Feel like entitled like a motherfucker.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I've had this customer actually come in yesterday. No, Tuesday. Bar doesn't open till 4:30, but I get there early to set the bar up because it's Taco Tuesday and we need a whole bunch of shit, right?
Right.
But we, I don't know, have you been to Nick's Crispy Tacos?
No. Do you want me to cut that out, or you're okay with saying that?
It's fine.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
Run and find me, motherfucker. Unless you're Indian.
No, right. But no, there was a dude. He was like, I don't know, maybe 40 plus, white dude. And I'm setting up the bar, and he goes, and it's two businesses under one roof. So there's the bar side, and then there's the Nick's Crispy Taco side. So, he goes, gets some food.
Oh, you're talking about the place over in the
Polk and Broadway.
Rouge?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know where that is. All right, cool.
Yep.
That's the place we went to that one time?
I don't like how you guys talking code and shit. You know, remember what that thing? Remember that thing? We took that thing and
that one reunion with that one person?
Oh, no. That was City Nights.
No.
What?
What the fuck, man?
I knew this was going to be insane. All right, continue.
After the high school reunion, you dumbass.
That's what the fuck I said. City Nights.
I didn't go there.
Oh.
That was when y'all got in a fight. I was not.
Yeah, that's when I got in trouble.
I went.
Choked some guy out.
I haven't been in enough fights, man. I gotta.
Really?
Don't.
I'm too
we
old
can fix
now.
that now.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You can.
Back in high school.
Right.
But yeah. So back to the story. Fuck. So I'm setting up the bar.
Anyway.
Guy shows up. He orders his tacos or whatever. He sits out on the bar, and I'm behind there, just doing my shit. And I'm just like, oh hey, just to let you know, the bar doesn't open till 4:30. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, and we used to sell like beer at where the food place is. Mm-hmm. They used to sell bottles of beers, and I don't remember if they still did it or not. So I was like, hey, if you want, you can see if they sell some, because I know they used to. And he went over there, and in my head, I'm like, hell, if he can't get a beer over there, I'll just go upstairs, I'll grab a Start Bank, and I'll just pour him a beer. It's fine. But he gets a refund because he couldn't get a beer over there.
Okay.
He automatically just gets pissed off, gets a refund for his food, and he's like, oh, no go. Had to get a fucking refund, and storms out. And I was like, damn, I was just about to offer you a beer, too.
Right.
So, shit like this. Because it's like, I don't go to your fucking place where you work and tell you to open the fucking door.
Right.
2 hours before we start. Like, going knocking on Starbucks. Give me my fucking shot of espresso at 3 a.m. Right. So...
You know who doesn't complain, to a fault? Is Chinese people. They don't, have run-ins like customer service run-ins. I think it's like a pride shit. Like, when I went to China, it was similar. I only went there for,
they barely speak English, so they can't really complain anyway.
Okay, legit. All right, maybe.
Unless
but
they don't cuss you out in Chinese, I want to go motherfuck you.
Right.
So, but no, you
I
never.
feel sorry for your mother. But no, it was like it's almost there's a pride, like the American pride is like, I could be famous one day. I'm gonna be somebody. I want to be the center of attention. The Chinese pride is I'm just a worker among workers. The Chinese pride is I'm just a cog in this clock. You know what I mean? I'm just a regular old mop guy, but I'm gonna be the best fucking mop guy. I'm gonna be so great at mopping, no one even notices how any speck of dirt ever. Like that's their pride. You know what I mean?
That's
so like
attitude to have.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, right? I mean, but at the same time, it goes to the fault.
Right.
Meaning, oh, yeah, sure, our government might be harvesting organs, but, whatever. I'm just a good mop guy. Fine, my government won't let me have social media because it's gonna poison us with Westernness. But, fine, yeah, whatever.
I'll mop the shit out of that floor, though.
Right, exactly. And they do legit. It's not just, although I did have a friend tell me, her boss, who is Asian, said, "No, it's true. We are worse drivers because my eyes don't open as wide as other motherfuckers." You know what I mean? Of course, it's going to be a little weird. So that makes
Even
sense.
when I squint, that doesn't.
That doesn't take it away your spatial reasoning.
No,
your logic.
I mean, if anything, it'd have a wider. I don't know.
Listen, but there was over there. They have lines, they have signs, they have lights, but it's fucking dog eat dog, or it's Chinese eat dog. It's just fucking it's chinky dog. It's just fucking get in where you fit in, fucking fighting, honking, everybody's
and a lot
crazy.
Of scooters.
Yeah,
a lot of scooters, and they're like fucking touching each other.
Dangerous shit, dude.
Yeah.
God damn it. So yeah, maybe that's what
You should show them that video. Just.
Oh shit.
I don't like any time during this podcast that someone says you should show him this video. I do not trust whatever the fuck that is. There's a fucking meatspin.com. Do you remember Meatspin?
Blue waffles.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Lemon Party. What were some of the... That was the same time as Two Girls, One Cup, I think, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
Ugh.
Listen, it's... looking back on it, I can respect it. I listened to Patrice talk about it.
That shit was fake.
Patrice O'Neal?
It was not fake. Even if it was fake, they're throwing up fake throw up. Like they're not. You know what I mean? It's still. How did you fit fake shit into the asshole? It's still coming out of the asshole. Like even if it's fake, even if it's fucking like slushy, it doesn't matter. Like that's some.
There was another video, right?
Yeah, we're thinking about the other one.
The one.
The Asian one.
Right.
Yeah.
Aren't they both Asian?
You mean Tub Girl?
No, it's Two Girls and One something else.
It was an Asian one. The other one was nastier.
It's like...
The Asian one was nastier.
It was...
Don't fucking say that, really?
Well, it was like... So the girl was taking a shit in the other one's mouth.
Right. But okay, but that's old hat. That's Two Girls, One Cup.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
No,
it's
this
two
one was
Brazilian
different.
broads.
No, these
two
were
Brazilian
Asians.
broads.
This
First
one
they
was
shit
nastier.
into each other's mouths.
What was the other
And
one?
then they puke on top of the shit. Like they puke shit and puke into the other people. Like that's
like the worst smell ever.
that's got to be the worst thing in the world. But it's heroic at the same time. Because Patrice would... Any female who's willing to debase herself that much... Like you gotta like stand up and cheer, like good girl, you know what I mean? You nasty bitch. There's a piece of that. I don't like shit in any or puke. I don't know why. I've noticed that there's this one. So I watch E-Fucked. You ever heard of E-Fucked?
No.
EFUKT. It's a website that has a bunch of like porn bloopers and like webcam mishaps and shit like that, like compilations.
Why don't you
and
bring
stuff.
it up?
It's fucking funny. Well, here I'll bring. Yeah, I'll bring. So. There's this video though.
He's like, I have it saved on my phone, actually.
No, I was. So there's this one. Hold on, here. Well.
You just click one button and it's there.
I'm
Of course,
telling
'cause
you,
Look, watch. Hang on. Come on, girl.
she getting
Let's
kidnapped?
go. No, I mean, but most of the porn I watch is similar. Most of the porn I watch, you could say, is she getting kidnapped? Come on, you piece of shit. Yeah, I have my Wi-Fi on.
Yeah, Sprint.
No, it's T-Mobile.
Yeah, same thing.
This is horse shit. Come on, girl. Let's go. Here we go.
Say, that hurts a little bit.
You don't like to be hurt, do you?
Oh, I don't know. Kind of fun sometimes if it's done in the right spirit.
So it's this girl, this Asian girl tied up, blindfolds on. She's in a bikini. and there's a guy punching her in the stomach until she throws up. And he's punching her in the stomach as she's lying down and turns her head to the side and... Come on, give it to us.
This fucking CPR or something?
Reverse CPR.
Oh, shit.
That's a lot of puke.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I don't...
That's what you jerk off to?
No, that's not what I jerk off to. But I'm saying I watch E-Fucked because I love just sitting in awe with my mouth open, dick slowly getting limper, just like what?
With his mouth open, huh?
Exactly. Hey, free meal's a free meal. All right, I am Latin bred, but
What does that mean?
fucking yeah, take some free, brother. But that's disturbing. You ever see Max Hardcore? Remember Max Hardcore from there was a lot of like fetishizing like a girl choking on your dick, which I'm down with until she vomits. I can't get into that, dude.
No.
The smell of vomit or shit. I'm alright with some piss, but like everything else I can't get down with.
He likes that golden shower, man.
What'd you say? What did he say?
He said...
Fucking golden shower, man.
No. I am never. No. I am never the pissee. I'm the pisser. If we're in the shower, you know what I mean. I just fucking play a little game. Fuck it, whatever.
We've had a lot of these talks at Brookstone, though. We talk about
true.
Some nasty shit.
We talk about some nasty shit. We're not as bad as. I don't want to edit out again, but our friend.
Oh yeah, right. That's just.
What disturbed me about that guy more than that, because I don't really remember, is that I literally, and I'll think about this once every 6 months, that he would sit on his break, no YouTube, no podcast, no radio. He would sit and eat his lunch facing the wall on a desk and just silently eat. Who the fuck does that? Sorry.
People who like underage girls.
No.
What ethnicity is this guy?
I think it was not Russian.
Turkish.
Croatian? Turkish, really? Yeah. Okay.
And German.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, I said too much.
I know, I gotta cut that out too. God damn it. How are you guys doing on time? It's 8:14. You want to pause for a little bit? I want to have a cigarette.
Oh, let's go have a smoke.
All right, let's go have a smoke.
Right.
Yeah. Would you mustard my hole with a genie, babe?
With pleasure, sir. Would you like some ketchup with that?
So, Marco, you dressed up as what one year? You don't want to say? Come on, dude.
Nope.
Man.
Nope.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Well,
Soft limits.
after all the foul shit we've said so far, literally John asked the question, so what races piss you off and why? Yeah, no. So when did you first get into guns? Did you always grow up with guns?
I didn't grow up with guns.
You put a hole in his door?
With his BB gun.
Jesus Christ.
I grew up with BB guns.
Okay,
but I didn't start getting into actual firearms until like 4 years ago or so.
Okay.
But recently my
was your family into it?
2 years ago.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting into.
Oh, okay.
2 years ago, my mom found a picture of her father, my grandpa. I never met him. I believe he passed away when my mom was pregnant with me. She showed me a picture of him, and he's dressed like those Mexicans from back in the days with the sombrero hat, the bullets down his chest, the gun on the side, and the boots and everything. You know, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm like, that's probably why I love firearms. You know, he was a guy carrying the revolver on his hip and the rifle, you know, on his back. So,
fucking,
you know,
Juan Valdez with the fucking coffee with the burro and shit. That's crazy. So, okay,
yeah, that was pretty cool.
So you obviously, your family was kind of like they weren't all crazy, not anti-gun or anything like that.
No, they're not really anti-gun. They're like, you're crazy for having all these firearms, but they're like, it is what it is.
Right.
So
what was the impetus to make you start to get into it 4 years ago?
Well, I have a degree in criminal justice.
Okay.
So I kind of, you know, I got into the whole law enforcement thing. I never pursued that career, but I started doing it, and then my daughter was born. I had a medical condition, so I didn't get into it. Got a firearm, and then grew from there. I lost count. I don't know how many I have.
That's awesome. Now, I can't ask. No, I mean, see, I wanted to ask how many of them were legal, but I won't.
Okay. I'll answer that.
Okay.
They are all legal.
All right.
Yeah, they are all legal.
Good job.
You know, it's the Second Amendment. What it says shall not infringe, right?
Right.
So.
And you're big on America. Were you always big on America, or
I was not growing
Okay.
up. Like, you know, I really didn't care about it.
Yeah, you don't
Like,
give a fuck. I mean, I think
you're
that's
growing up, you're a
I think
kid,
that's normal,
whatever.
right? When you're a teenager, you don't give a shit. When you're in your 20s, you're like you got to get pussy, and you don't really think about that type of shit. But I think you start to hit 30. So for me, when I started to hit 30, I was like, I don't think I'm all that liberal on all this shit. Like, or at least
Exactly.
I'm not. I don't think I'm like swallowing the Kool-Aid that these other motherfuckers are. Like the cultural appropriation thing we were saying, and the like.
It's
You know what I mean? Like, I'm fine. Please, gays get married. I love gay people, but like,
whatever. They can
don't make
suffer
a
as much as
motherfucker.
heterosexual people suffer. That's fine with me. You know?
But like, don't make a motherfucker make a cake that he doesn't want to make just because. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's his art, you know what I mean? Which is already that's kind of gay already. If cake is your art. I'm an artiste for the Lord, and I don't want to make a gay cake.
You know, whatever. They can. It's their business. They choose what they want.
Right.
I am atheist, but hey, if you don't want to make a cake because of your religious belief, it's your First Amendment right.
My favorite was the Steven Crowder thing. Did you see that video? Like right after all that shit was going down, he with a hidden camera, he went into a bunch of Muslim-owned cake shops and asked if they would make a gay cake, and all of them were like uncomfortable, like just no, we can't do that. It's just like watching all this. Oh no, get the Christians, find the people who won't make a cake for us and make them make a cake. You wouldn't have the balls to do that. Your white guilt would clash with your principles, and it would start to eat each other. You wouldn't be able to do it. You know what I mean?
Business is business.
Right.
If I'm against it and you're gonna pay me the money for it, fuck it. Give me the money, I'll make it for you.
Right.
Shit.
So you started to get into guns, and what would you say is your favorite gun?
My favorite gun.
Or maybe you have different categories. Like if someone was breaking into your house, what would be the gun you reach for?
It depends. It depends.
Okay. All right.
How much time do I have to get to that gun? Where the person is? Is the person outside still, or is the person inside my house already?
Okay.
You know, if the person's inside my house, I'm gonna go to the nearest one.
Right.
If the person is outside and they're trying to get in, I will get my sidearm.
Right.
And I will get my shotgun.
Okay. Because fuck a 9, you want to let go. You want as much coverage as you can get.
I have my shot. I put my 9mm on the side as my sidearm.
Right.
And then the shotgun, I'll walk around with it, wait
Look like a
for the
scary
dude to
motherfucker.
come in, like tell him, hey, don't come in. I have a gun. The dude comes in, you know.
That's
I
all.
feared
bets
for
are
my
off.
life.
Right.
You're getting shot.
Ooh, I'm so scared.
I also. So check this. Like, I'm all for the Second Amendment, but I'm also for training. You know, you train yourself to know what you're doing with the firearms.
Right.
There's a lot of people who mishandle firearms. Accidental discharges. It's not an accidental
Please show that
discharge.
video.
In a second.
Here, hold the mic a little closer.
It's a negligent discharge because you're mishandling it. You're a fucking idiot. You know, you have a negligent discharge.
Do you feel like cops can do that too?
Oh yeah, they do it all the time.
Okay.
I've seen videos where, what was the most recent one? There's going into the house. You probably saw it. It was all over social media where there's a Rottweiler. It's in the cage, right? These two cops go in, male cop, female cop. They both go in. They take out their firearms. They're clearing the house, and the dog starts barking through the cage. Dog rips open the door. One of the cops puts their foot to the door. The dog ends up coming out, and so the cop had his finger on the trigger. You don't have your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot. He has a negligent discharge. Shoots his partner, the female partner, on the shoulder.
Jesus.
So she gets shot they're transferring her to the hospital. You know, she survived.
Right.
Luckily.
Probably fucking mad at that motherfucker.
Oh, for sure.
There was also one, as far as training goes, I feel like that accounts for more of the killings of innocent people than other shit. Like, I don't think it's all racism, you know what I mean? I think it's there was this one chick, did you see that video of that chick who shot that guy? He was facing away with his hands above his head outside of his SUV, and she still shot him. I don't think that's all racism. I think some of that is just lack of funding to train or something like that. Yeah. But that's just some plain ass motherfucking stupidity. Like that's not like, oh, she hates black people. You know what I mean?
No, it comes down to training a lot of the times.
All right.
Like keeping your hand off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. When you get scared, what's your first reaction? Your body tenses up, right?
Right.
What happens when your body tenses up? Your finger.
Right. You're gonna.
If you have your finger on the trigger, what's gonna happen? You're gonna.
Right.
The firearm's gonna fire, obviously.
Right.
So it has a lot to do with that.
Right. Did you ever see the Alton Sterling video? There's a bunch of them. Like when I was trying to start dipping into like really, really watching shit, it's disturbing.
That's the one in the subway, right?
No, that's the one outside the like 7-Eleven. So
the cigarette guy.
Yeah, I think he was selling Lucy's or something like that. But he had warned. No, he was selling a CD. And he had... Don't, John... Go ahead, John, say it.
No.
Nigga, say it.
Say it.
John, say it.
No, what?
What, there's no Chinese people doing that? Is that what you Fucking... would you mustard my hole would not be one of them. Buy my mixtape, buy it. It is fire.
That shit's curry, man.
But no, it really is like, so he was selling his mixtape outside the fucking 7-Eleven or whatever. But he threatened this other motherfucker. I don't know if it was because he was coming in on his mixtape turf. I don't know what the fuck.
Hey man, I'm
but
opening the
they got a call. The cops got a call. Hey, this guy just threatened somebody with a gun. So they know he's armed.
Exactly, that's the thing.
And they come into it like knowing he's armed, giving him direction, hey, hands above your fucking head, blah, 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 blah. He resisted arrest like a motherfucker. He was like, oh, I'm going to do anything wrong. Remember how Gavin McGinnis says, just seethe? That's such an important thing to say. Just seethe. If you are somebody who, and the cops are like, put your hands above your head. Don't go, I didn't do anything wrong, and resist.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Be
Ask questions
fucking
later.
angry. Be seething. Be fucking livid. But do what they're fucking telling you to do. Deal with it with your lawyer later on. It's not worth fucking resisting and then getting shot. Because there are motherfuckers who said, oh, I can't breathe, as an example. Who was the other guy? Whatever.
If you're talking, you can breathe.
Well, that guy couldn't. Whatever his name. Anyway, but like, even if like, there are people. I understand like choking somebody and having them say I can't breathe because they're resisting arrest. That's the Lucy's guy. That's the guy. It's not Alton Sterling. Alton Sterling is the mixtape guy.
That's the guy that got choked and
who said I can't breathe. Yeah. But like, number one, there are people, you've seen videos, we've all seen videos, of somebody being irrational, saying, get your hands off me, I can't breathe, or something like that, because they just want to get out of the situation. They don't want to feel powerless against this police officer.
Exactly.
Which is, that's a human feeling, I get it. Like, you, not every cop, oh, I'm hurting your arm? It doesn't fucking matter if I'm hurting your arm. Do what I'm fucking telling you to goddamn do. So was it all the way? I haven't watched the video necessarily. Was it all the way great? No. But just saying, "Oh, I can't breathe," is enough for us to all stop the presses? No. Do you know if they followed every complaint or everything that a suspect is saying, they wouldn't be arresting people. Oh, it wasn't you? Oh, okay, never mind. Like, no. You kind of have to put somebody down sometimes. But as far as Alton, he was resisting arrest. And they had to take him to the fucking ground. There's two cops saying, put your goddamn fucking hands up, cocksucker, writhing around on the ground. And they had to shoot him. You know what I mean? Like, and it was fucking tragic. Yeah, that guy shouldn't have been murdered or shouldn't have died. But at the same time, it's not cut and dry. It's not they went, like MTV was showing a compilation. This guy died because he was selling mixtapes. No, that's not why. He was resisting arrest. Like, there's a big... If cops are going in and they know, they were already called, this motherfucker has a gun. They know. There's no reason for them to think, maybe he's innocent. Maybe he doesn't have a gun. They have to fear for their life and the safety of others.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, they're going in, this guy has a gun. And that's the smart, right way to do it. You know what I mean? And he did. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy.
Have any of you guys ever been at gunpoint by an officer?
No.
I have.
Okay, what was that like?
I was in my backyard with a BB gun.
Okay.
And
How old were you?
how old was I? 19, I think.
Ooh.
19, 20, something like that. So I was
When
in the
I hear
backyard.
when I hear BB gun, I think 12.
I still have BB guns. I still play with BB guns.
This is the
you know?
second white trash thing I've ever heard. And by the way, I like when you ask, have either of you guys ever been at gunpoint by a cop? And John had to think about it. I like it. John's like, oh, maybe? I don't know.
Anyways, so I had like 5 cops knocking on my door at gunpoint.
Why were they called?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember, but I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, I put the shit down. You know,
Right.
I went to the door. They have me at gunpoint. I actually have this on video. It's funny because we have surveillance. And I put my hands up. You know, I'm not going to reach for anything. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to reach for anything, get shot. Obviously, they have their guns out,
Right.
fearing for their lives.
Right.
So I open the door. They put your hands up, lift your shirt up, do a 360 turn. I did everything they told me to do. And like, you have a gun. I'm like, it's a BB gun. It's right here. It's on this table. One of them goes in, gets it. They bring it outside. I did not get handcuffed. They bring it outside. They clear it. It's a BB gun. And all the neighbors are outside, obviously.
Right.
And then they hand me the gun back, and they're like, okay, you know, you can go back in. It's just a BB gun. That was it. You know, I complied, did everything they told me to. You can easily get shot if you have a BB gun. I've seen real firearms that have a green tip. I mean, orange tip. And they're real firearms. Just because it has an orange
Jesus,
tip doesn't
really?
mean it's a toy gun.
That's fucked
I've
up.
seen-
I didn't know that.
I've seen real firearms that look like the Nintendo gun, that old school Nintendo gun.
Yeah.
I was just showing John this.
I
earlier
love those
today.
fucking guns.
It's-
Duck Hunt, man.
Hell yeah.
It looks just like the Nintendo gun. Like, just because it looks fake doesn't mean it's fake, you know?
Damn.
And
It's not big.
you have to be careful
Just
with that
watch.
shit.
Yeah.
Because
Can you get a bigger
Yeah.
fucking size or what?
I'm a thirsty boy, John.
You are.
this guy,
So you didn't get handcuffed?
I did not get handcuffed.
Well, we got handcuffed when, remember?
Yeah, dude. I remember that. Wait, that's not a real gun.
That's a real gun.
That's a
Glock.
real
That's,
gun?
that's a Glock.
Motherfucker. So, ladies and gentlemen, I see a goddamn... It literally says Nintendo on the side. And it's cocked back, and that's a Glock. That's a real-ass gun. What fucking... Wouldn't there be, like, regulations to have them not make that?
No, there isn't.
Interesting shit.
Not yet, at least. Not yet.
Yeah. Till the cops hear this podcast. They're like, a Mexican, a Puerto Rican, and a Polack are all in a room. We gotta listen to this shit.
Oh, man.
So you didn't get handcuffed, but we got handcuffed.
We got handcuffed that day, remember?
Because
Wait, put the mic closer.
sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, boys.
So what we're doing, we were me, you, and
It was
Two other people?
3, 4. It was a total of 5 of us.
there's 5 of us, and we're about to just I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. We're gonna go somewhere.
I'm
And,
sure you were.
And we noticed this
Holy shit.
black Suburban follow us for like, I don't know, like a 10 minutes. And then we're like, well, let's see what happens here. Let's make a U-turn, see if he follows us. And then he does. So we go back to the house. I'm thinking it's like somebody trying to start some shit with us.
Right.
So I go inside the house to find some weapon. I find the closest thing I find is a hammer. I ain't got no guns, god damn it.
Right.
But so I come out with a hammer. I see like 3 squad cars all of them. Like,
Yeah,
well,
no
shit,
hammer.
Drop that
So
shit.
everybody else was in handcuffs, including me, except for John.
No, I was in handcuffs.
Not at the time. Not when you were walking outside. You try to walk away, pretend like you
this-
weren't part of the crowd, and then one of the officers, "Hey, where are you going?"
Now that's a white move. Now that's a white boy move.
Totally. I was like, I don't know these motherfuckers.
Hello, gentlemen. How may I be of service? I noticed some Negroes over there. Jesus.
So, oh, that's right. Yeah. And apparently there was a car similar to mine that threw a brick through our neighbor's house. It's like, yeah, I live here.
Right.
Why would I
right,
throw a,
right.
it's like 2 houses down.
Right.
So they bring the witnesses. They block off the whole street. They put headlights on us so we don't know what the witnesses look like. But I know exactly who they are.
Right.
And they ended up saying that that it was me or us.
We didn't know that until one of the cops that was there that handcuffed a bunch of us. I knew him personally, so I would go on ride-alongs with him, and when I went on a ride-along after the fact, he said that the neighbor ended up identifying John and one of the other guys, saying that they were the ones that threw the brick, but there was not enough evidence to hold them, so the case was closed. There was nothing to hold them on. Ooh. That's what happened.
How do you stay neighbors with somebody like that?
Oh well, it was funny because, like, I don't know, maybe 2 days after I was on my way to school, and I seen those neighbors, and they looked at me, and they grinned and smiled like I just got out of jail, like, yeah, I got you, motherfucker, and I just looked at them like, fuck you.
Right.
But
that's weird.
But trust me, not a day goes by when I lived there where I drove by and I was like, now I really want to throw a fucking brick through your goddamn window. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's weird. All right. So, and then Marco just showed me a fucking picture of some mate. None of those look like shotguns.
There's a shotgun in there.
They all look like fucking like goddamn 36s. What is that shit? I've shot a 36 before. Apparently, I'm a good shot.
There's a shotgun in there. Yes, there's a picture, man. We'll get to that later.
I don't want to see his blue waffle. I don't want to fucking... I've seen enough in my day. Up close. Tasted it with syrup.
Oh, by the way, they asked me if they could search my car. I said no, and they did it anyway. To look for bricks.
Is that lawful?
They didn't search the car. They looked in it where everything was in plain sight to look for something to get him on.
Okay.
Searching the car would involve them actually lifting stuff. They actually didn't lift anything.
They opened the door.
Yeah, they can actually look inside the car, but they can't move.
Anyway, so I said no. The guy from New York cop, pulls me aside, puts me in the car like he's gonna arrest me. He's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" I'm like, "What the fuck's wrong with me? What the fuck's wrong with you?"
That is a fucking shotgun. God bless you. Holy shit.
Let me see.
That one in the middle there? Looks like a fucking... the bullets look like a flare.
That's a nice. So then the cop gets me in the car, in the back of the cop car, and like he like pretends to like take me to the station. He like drives me around the block, and then he's listening to some like 80s disco. I'm like, this is the shit that you listen to? This is what you like? I can just keep fucking with him.
Right.
He's just like...
Nice and smart.
And the other guy wouldn't shut the fuck up. Yeah. That's why we were there for like over an hour.
That's that white entitlement, goddammit. That's that fucking privilege, son.
I had to use it. I had to try it.
Right.
I was like, is this... All right, cool. And then he ended up turning around, and it's just like, okay, I'm back.
All right.
Not shot.
Right.
Not in jail.
Right. I mean, I don't mind cops trying some weird intimidation shit. You know what I mean? Like, cops have a fucking hard-ass job, dude. A thankless, disgusting... Imagine being a cop in San Francisco. Like, do you know how much piss and shit you have to touch, much less be around?
Well, that's why they don't deal with all the little minor shit. Like, the tenderloin, they're just, they just live with it.
Right.
They know there's all this... shit going on, but there's like you can't
fine. You can do hair on, but you need to be not violent about it. You know what I mean? Like, don't fucking right.
Yeah, there's bigger fish to fry.
Right. Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Did you know any cops in Oakland? No.
Nope.
Because that would be fucking hell. That would be fucking hell on earth. I already don't like that fucking place, but and not because of the danger. Actually, I'm never like one. Why am I hiking up my? It's getting gay. It's getting gayer over here. I'm sorry.
Nice.
If I start massaging myself, thank you.
John?
Yeah.
I'm off the clock.
But there's I don't like the East Bay, but just because I just the vibes over there. It's not even like the danger.
That's right. You just posted something about.
I don't fucking like that goddamn. Yeah, yeah. It was like this is the feeling when you're leaving the East Bay. I don't like that fucking. I don't know why. That's a fucking. I have. Really close. Really close. Man,
spit it out.
I gotta heal right now. I gotta fucking get it out. I need tissues. But like, I just don't. I have close family members who live there, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck you get out of that goddamn place. I don't understand. Much less, obviously, Fremont. Love you, Will. But like, Oakland, Berkeley, all that fucking shit. Don't do the Indian head bomb.
Said Fremont.
We enjoy Fremont. Yeah, I don't know. So you got into guns, and it was a natural progression for you after you were interested in law enforcement?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
kept building, buying. You know, I enjoy building them from scratch, pretty much.
Guy's a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Nope.
Fucking stockpile.
The gun community, you'll find a lot of the gun community are some of the friendliest.
Well,
people.
yeah.
Well, you
I
better
bet.
be.
Yeah.
Some of the you know,
I mean, that's
friendly.
That's
'Cause
what they say about like Texas. Like the more guns there are that citizens have, the less people act up because it's like, okay, we know that everybody here is armed. You got to be nice. You know
if
what
I
mean?
want to keep my right to bear arms, I have to behave. You know, I'm not gonna go out and do something stupid.
Right.
I'm not gonna go commit a felony. You know, even I'm not gonna get into no trouble.
Right.
You know,
Can you get guns taken away from misdemeanors?
not. Yes, you can. Domestic
Okay.
violence.
Ah,
Remember-
that's not a felony.
It could be.
Remember,
Depends.
remember that kid that showed his gun at In-N-Out?
Oh yeah, that's right. We were at In-N-Out once, and this guy was making faces, to one of us, one of the females that was with us, and so we're like, "What's up? What are you looking at?" And the guy kept going. He goes into the In-N-Out, comes back out with a friend, and the friend pulls his shirt up. He has a gun in his waistband.
Okay.
What was I, like 18, 19 at the time, somewhere around there? And so I'm like, if you're gonna show it to me, use it. You know,
Right.
Stupid at that time, thought I was invincible.
Right.
The dude doesn't pull it out or anything. He just brandishes his weapon to us. So we take off in the car. I had the number to the PD there, so I called them. I told them the description, everything. I parked like 2-3 blocks down. One of the cops makes contact with me. And he says, we're going to take you to identify the guy, right? So I identify him, and they're like, oh, we can't find the gun. So I'm on my way home. I get a call about an hour later. Oh, we found the gun. It was inside the trash can. Do you want to press charges? I'm like, sure, go ahead. You know, teach this kid a lesson. You know?
Right. Sure.
So he ends up going to court. This guy was 17 years old. So I got subpoenaed to go to court. Then the DA told me I didn't need to show up because they probably plea bargained or something. And a couple days later, after the incident happened, my car got kicked in. The window was broken. I saw that in the morning. Turns out one of the people we were with, one of the girls we were with, knew one of the guys and told them where I lived.
Treacherous bitches. Goddamn treacherous.
I told them where I lived, but little did they know, I got the police report. I got everybody's address.
Right,
I didn't do
right.
anything stupid, but
Right.
like, you know, I told the police, hey, this and this happened. You know, I'm pretty sure it was these people.
Right.
So they went to go talk to the dude. Like nothing after that, nothing ever happened. So.
This all feels like a Mobb Deep song. This, you ever heard Trife Life? It's on the same album as fucking Shook Ones. It's a good song. Anyway.
John would know.
It's a great song.
What, Shook Ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shook Ones is fucking phenomenal. Yeah, I gotta tell you, even though they only say like the same like lines over and over, like it's all like, I'm gonna go have sex, I do drugs, I'm a violent gang member, I'm gonna go have sex, like it's all over and over. But I still feel more for listening to fucking Mobb Deep and like slunking down in my seat smoking a cigarette than I do listening to fucking Tribe. Like I get Tribe, I understand it, I'm grateful they were around, but like it doesn't touch my balls like fucking Mobb Deep does. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't get me.
Mobb Deep touched your balls.
Balls deep.
But exactly. Mob balls. All right, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, no, that's fucking. This is interesting.
Crazy
shit.
people,
Wait a
man.
minute.
Crazy people in this fucking
What?
world.
Is that
Here,
okay?
put the.
No, nothing. I'm just looking at your microphone.
What about it?
It's like custom made with a cardboard piece.
Yeah, no, that's the windscreen.
Oh, that's the
No, that's the
windscreen.
fucking cardboard it came in because he wants to return it when he's done with this shit.
No,
like-
I'm.
It's like when people wear their tags on their shoes and their hats.
Yep.
Right.
So cool.
Did you say it's so cool?
Yeah.
You have a tag on your fucking hat right
Do
now.
I?
Dude, what do you mean? Do I?
A price tag?
Look on the fucking bottom of it. You got a fucking hologram sticker on your fucking.
That's to keep it authentic, man.
Yeah.
Is it
hello,
really?
What the fuck?
God damn it! I'm so out of touch with the culture, man. I'm half white. You can't you can't expect too much from me. Yeah, no, I haven't when I was like, I think I was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I went on a hunting trip with some friends, and I wasn't doing any of the hunting, but he did let us. I shot a 36 at like some targets. That's some powerful ass fucking. That's some nice feeling gun. I'm sure it's peanuts or whatever. But like, have you? What's the biggest rounds you fired?
The one that has more kick is a 12 gauge, pretty much right now. I've shot a 308, 300 Win.
Same. Are there some ranges that you're not allowed to shoot certain things? I mean, if it's legal, it's legal. But like some ranges probably have enough they can handle. You know, maybe like a 9. They can handle a Glock, but they can't handle like
some
a 36.
Some of them don't allow high-powered rifles, which would be a AR-15, 308s, 300 Win.
Okay.
All those rifles, like just 9mm, 45s they allow. But yeah, California, they like to restrict a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. So,
how long did it take for you to get your license?
You just go into a place and do a test. I believe it's 30 questions, and you pass right there.
Okay. Yeah, obviously they let you know it's like a week to get the background check back.
It's a 10-day. 10-day wait.
Okay.
It's called a cool-off period.
Right.
So you don't. So I still have to go through that cool-off period every time I purchase a firearm. So I don't
every time.
So I don't kill myself or kill somebody.
Oh, I thought it was just like, once you're done. Once you get the license. That's interesting.
No. It's every purchase you make.
Okay.
Every purchase you make, even if it's a private party transfer, there is no such thing as a gun loophole. Like people
really,
say.
gun show loophole. There isn't.
There is no such thing.
Just in California, or you're saying nationwide?
Certain states will allow private party transfers to hand off firearms there, but it's still illegal for a felon to own a firearm in the whole United States.
Right.
But felons are still going to get firearms no matter what if they want to get a firearm.
Right.
Like, I can just go. I can go on the street out here and find a firearm. Probably like have somebody sell me a fucking firearm.
That is a skill set I am not used to.
You know.
Now, is it yearly renewal of license?
5 years.
5 years. Okay.
It's every 5 years.
And it's expensive, or what is it?
It's $25.
$25.
Last time I did it was $25. And every time you purchase a firearm, the background check is $25.
Okay.
So each
on top of whatever the gun is.
Exactly.
Okay.
$25.
Now, if someone gives you a gun, you also need the transfer. If my I have a family member who wills it to me, do I still need to go through a cool off period, or?
It depends. If it's your father, your mother, your grandparents, if let's say they pass away, then it automatically transfers to you.
Oh, right.
So
okay,
that it's not necessarily a transfer. You're just inheriting the gun, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So it stays in the family, but you can't do it like cousin, uncle. It won't work that way. Then you would have to do the 10-day waiting period.
Okay. Now, if it's a 10-day waiting period, does that mean for that 10 days, say my uncle wills it to me, do they have to like keep it with my uncle's shit for an additional 10 days, or like the government gets to hang?
The gun store keeps it.
Really?
For 10 days.
That was fucking stupid.
A lot of places do 11 days just to be safe.
Right. Yeah, because that extra day really fucking. Yeah. If somebody wants to murder somebody, I don't know. I mean,
like, why do I have to go through the 10-day cooling off period? What the fuck? Like,
right.
I own all these other ones. Why do I need to wait for that one?
So, were you shocked when you shot a 12 gauge? Were you like, oh fuck, or did you knew exactly where you were?
The first time I was like, oh fuck.
That's right.
Like, holy shit.
Have you shot an eagle?
I have not.
Okay, those ones look like fun.
Yeah.
I love those videos of that. There's that skinny white girl who shoots one.
And those bloopers.
And it fucking hits her fucking vertically right in the head. Like if she could have shot herself in the goddamn head. That's how bad the kick was. But yeah, that's some interesting shit, man. I really like. How much is it to go to the range? Like
it varies.
Okay,
like, it depends. They have like NRA days, law enforcement days. They give you like 10% off or whatever. Mm-hmm. You can spend from anywhere to $50 to $100, a little more in an hour. The ammo, probably 50 rounds, will cost you anywhere from $10 to $20, depending on which ammo you want, what caliber, how fast you shoot it. Mm-hmm. Certain ranges don't allow headshots, which is stupid. on a paper.
On a fucking piece of
on
paper.
On a paper, they don't allow
really?
headshots. Yeah,
Weird. Okay.
Stupid.
Is that mostly California, or is that just...
Yeah, that's California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, but at the same time, how much is it, like, because the culture, the gun culture, like, these are all most likely NRA members anyway who own these establishments. So there's probably a good amount of, fucking government. You know what I mean? There's probably a good amount of, like, it's not like they're making that decision on their own. Like, is it? Or they're doing it for...
The headshot thing is, I have no idea why.
Is it an insurance thing, maybe? Like,
I don't see how.
Because, I mean, if someone's in my house, I don't want to just hurt them. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's, like, attacking my... Like, there were these... Obviously, it happens all the time, but there were these break-ins. I think it was the fucking... Who was it? The fucking MS-13 in Long Island. About 10 to 5 years ago. We're doing tons of fucking break-ins in Long Island. And they would literally go in with the family in there. Some brazen shit. They would go, oh yeah, I work for the electric company, and these people would just open their doors, a nice old couple and a daughter, or something like that, and these fucking gang members would go in there, tie them up with fucking phone cords, and like literally like take all their shit, beat them up, blah 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 blah, and sometimes kill them. But like that type of shit, like I'm not trying to get like I don't want to. I mean, I said it on the last. If someone's running away, I wish the cops would just like shoot for their feet. I know that's harder to do.
That's in the movies.
Really?
That's in the movies.
I just want to say. So that's what I was. Okay, so that's too. Obviously, I'm fucking
Don't
going
forget,
off on
there's
tangents.
Adrenaline. So you'll be shaking. It depends how much training you have and all that. A person running away, it's a moving target. Versus a piece of paper.
And their feet, lots of like space.
And then you also run a chance of missing and hitting somebody on the other side. Like it could ricochet off the floor, it could ricochet off a tire.
Fuck, you're right.
Off a rim or something. You don't know.
My bad. I was aiming for the feet.
Right. I didn't want to hurt the gentleman who just raped someone. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
Warning shots are illegal in most places.
What?
Yeah.
What is that? Why?
You're
because
not
of
shooting at your intended target.
Yeah. Shit. Interesting. I hadn't thought of that.
I
was all ready to have that opinion.
It's a liability. I have insurance too for that.
You have.
Let's say somebody were to break into my house. Let's
Right.
say I'm allowed to carry in certain states.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I run into some shit. I fear for my life. I pull out my firearm. I shoot somebody. Right? Some states don't allow the person to sue you or the family member to sue you. California allows the person that you shot, if they're not dead, to sue you, or the family member can also sue you for the wages lost. Let's say you shoot somebody, you hit them in the spine, they can't work anymore. The family can sue you for those wages lost, even though they're trying to rob you or whatever in your own house.
Can they sue you even if they have already lost a criminal case?
They can sue you civilly because sometimes you can't use that inside civil court. Civil court is way different from criminal court.
Right, like
so I have insurance
like
that'll
fucking
cover
OJ. OJ got found not guilty for the murders and then still has to pay the Goldmans for all this every all the money he makes because he did actually fucking kill them.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So I have insurance that'll cover me for all that. In civil court and in criminal court, I'll get billed out. I'll get an attorney that same day. I'll get billed out.
Right.
And the civil court will be covered up to, I believe, $1 million. So,
wow.
So I pay that every month personally.
Right.
It's not mandated. It's not mandatory or anything.
Right.
I do it because I want to be protected.
Right.
Like a lot of people don't do it, but especially in California, I recommend it.
Does it? What were you gonna ask?
No,
I pulled up Michael.
It's just you think about it, it's retarded. Like you trying to rob a house.
Retarded.
Well, fuck me.
White privilege, John.
At least I didn't say it. Never mind.
You can say it. You're feel free.
No, shut up.
It's freeing.
So, I don't know, people that go into someone's house, try to rob them, and they get shot, and they're like, I'm going to sue you. It's like, you have no sense of pride. Like, you just try to go in there, try to rob a person. You get shot.
Right.
And then now you're the victim? Like,
right. But then again, why are we holding criminal assholes to logic? You know what I mean? Of course, they're just self-centered douchebags.
I think there was a incident that happened in Daly City where some guy walked into somebody else's house. I think he was drunk, and he, instead of going to like his friends or his house, he accidentally went into someone else's house.
Jesus.
And he got shot.
Right.
And then he was, trying to sue. I guess in that case, his intent wasn't to rob, but still.
Yeah, it doesn't. So what? Go get
But
sober,
still.
douchebag.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
fucking-
It's like that guy. Did you guys hear about that guy that went into some random house and
Sounds like
fell
a
asleep? No, he fell asleep with the dog. It wasn't his house. It was a random house that had a dog. The owner found the guy sleeping with the dog. Like, this guy was drunk as fuck and fell asleep with the dog.
Yeah,
Dog didn't
I've
do
heard
his
some
job.
crazy shit. Yeah. But that's so in California, or do you have to? So is there a statewide license where you're allowed to carry, or like when you come into San Francisco city limits, are you technically supposed to keep it in your car?
San
with, like-
Francisco is the worst place to have a firearm.
I heard New York is real bad too.
California. It's in San Francisco.
Okay.
New York is bad. Yes.
But
Chicago's
mostly
bad, but
city
Illinois
limits.
isn't that bad in general.
Right.
You go into San Francisco County, Alameda County, Los Angeles County, Santa Clara County. Those are the worst counties. Your concealed carry permit comes from the sheriff in the town. Most counties in California will actually issue you a concealed carry permit. It's only the places that are like around San Francisco and around LA that will not issue.
Okay.
Those major cities, those major counties won't issue them. But your permit is valid throughout California. No matter what county you get it in, it's valid throughout California.
So the permit, but not the carry permit.
It's the carry permit.
Oh,
Same
okay.
thing.
But like, okay, so does San Francisco itself? Because this is what I heard is that, like, Trace Atkins was telling this story on Opie and Anthony back in the day, and he was like, he's like, some cop pulls him over, and he notices in the door pocket, he's like, he sees a gun, he's like, Trace, is that loaded? He's like, is yours loaded? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just in case. But apparently the law in a lot of these places is, okay, you can carry your gun in your car. The bullets need to be in a locked glove compartment, and the fucking gun in the trunk.
That's not true.
Okay, so what's
is
the
not
truth?
true.
What's the truth?
You can carry them in the same compartment. If you do not have a concealed carry permit, it has to be in your trunk in the lockbox. The magazine cannot be loaded inside the firearm. It can be in the same box, in the same lockbox. It just cannot be loaded in the firearm.
All right. Okay.
So the magazine has to be
Unloaded. Right.
It can be inside the rounds can be in the magazine. They just can't be inside the firearm.
Okay. Now, in California, if you have a concealed carry, are you allowed to have it loaded?
You can have it loaded on your person.
Okay.
I believe San Francisco was the only county that does not allow that, even if you have a concealed carry permit.
So do you know what San Francisco requires? Like, does San Francisco require you fucking, like, unload it and
They're
put
not
it
going
in
to
the
issue
lockbox?
you a permit. You can have it in your trunk.
Okay.
Unload it in your trunk.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's like, if there's danger happening to me or my family, like, I'm not going to say, hey, wait, let me load my gun. Like, there's some shit popping off.
That's where the question comes up. Would you rather die or would you rather be judged by 12?
It's a good question.
That's the question.
You ever seen that movie Nocturnal Animals?
I have not.
It's an annoying movie. It's good or whatever, but it's an annoying movie because Jake Gyllenhaal is this little bitch of a husband and a father, and at the end there's some light redemption, but not really. And in general, I guess spoiler alert, but fuck you. This is how I treat my listeners. I don't care. But like What happens is that Jake Gyllenhaal and his wife and daughter are driving, and there's a car. It's late at night, lonely highway. This car comes up and is like, kind of gets way too close to them, behind them, flashes the brights, goes around, goes up in front of them, pulls, slows down, gets to the side of them, and they're just fucking with him, right? And eventually, like, Jake has the smart thought, like, let's just pull over and like see if they need help or something. Like, it's this bitch move, and my whole body, which is I think what the point of the thing was just like to make you angry at this fucking idiot family, but like they're like, I don't want to ever be in that position where I have to, like, number one, don't pull over, obviously, but like I want to be able to fucking protect myself and my family, like, and my shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's rule number one. But it seems like all these people on the left, like they want to abolish all guns. It's almost like they want to go back in time and hug terrorists more. You know what I mean? Like they want to go back in time and make sure all the like that. That's another thing. Do you know how many cartel videos? It's not just ISIS who's beheading videos. Cartels behead the fuck out of some motherfuckers. They torture some motherfuckers. And they're Mexican, so obviously they can't do anything wrong to the left. But like brownie's better, white is bad. You know, like but like this is like that's real life shit. Like at a certain point, principles have to be more important than what, you know, like you were saying, than being judged. You know, and you know, I'm not going to be leaving myself up to fucking to danger, or my family or my loved ones up to danger just because I want to make sure that I'm not judged. Like that's some stupid shit.
Just give him a hug.
Right. That's fucking retarded.
Cocks over Glucks. Have you heard that one?
No.
Really?
What the fuck is that?
This was like a year.
Is that the same
ago?
as the Purge video I just showed?
No. So this, I believe it was a university somewhere in another state, or was it in California? The whole thing, they were passing out dildos. Because,
I saw that.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, you know what? They were passing out dildos.
To like almost like trade in your gun for a dildo.
It was something like that. I didn't want to read into that shit because it was so stupid. But
and not just that, but like of all these motherfuckers who say they're really into like women's rights and protecting women, give a bitch a gun. Like, you know what I mean? If you really want to protect the girl from getting raped, like, yeah, we'll do all we can to like, you know, patriarchy, jerk off, whatever. But like, wouldn't you want the woman to defend herself? No.
Exactly.
Like, that's some stupid... The logic doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know.
Yep.
How you doing, John?
I'm good.
He's falling asleep over there.
A little bit. A little tired.
Do you have any guns? Are you not allowed to have guns? Dude, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I mean... was that a bad question?
No, I don't have any. But I was just talking. I was just talking to him about going to the Cow Palace and getting a gun.
Yeah.
Since I'm back in where I'm at.
Right.
So.
I would be super down to go to at least a range. I can throw $50 on a fucking couple of hours. You think it would cost me? Well, am I allowed to shoot other people's guns? Okay, because I don't feel ready to.
Can,
I mean, I'm too.
You can rent a gun
at the range.
Sometimes, but most ranges require, if you don't own a firearm, they require you to take an extra person at least to be inside the store.
Okay. Around
the range while you're shooting a rented gun, because they don't want you to get the gun and just kill yourself.
Right.
So you're pretty much liable. They want to. It's a whole liability thing.
And so I couldn't go in there and shoot unless I had a license first.
No, you don't. No.
Okay.
You don't need a license.
Okay, so
you
if
can
I
go
went
to
in there
any
with
range
a couple
and rent a gun as long as you have an ID.
Okay. Cost me what? $20, $40, $50 to rent it, you think?
You gotta buy ammo too, right?
You gotta buy the ammo.
All right, so it's an expensive couple hours, but fuck
I
it.
will go through about 200 rounds within an hour or so.
Yeah, well, you're a fucking professional.
It sounds like a lot. It's not a lot, though. It's
right.
200 rounds is not a lot. In California, this law is supposed to kick in this July, where you need an extra license to purchase ammo, and you're only allowed to buy a certain, like 100 rounds or 200 rounds every month or so. Like, that's how much I use in an hour at the range. Like, what the fuck am I going to do?
And not just that, by the way. You know, in San Francisco, they're really moving to try to almost abolish cars in the fucking city, too. That's why they're making the buses a lot. They're trying to beef it up so that, and Uber and all that shit, they want to get rid of cars, get rid of guns, just make you some sort of fucking like, you know what I mean? Like this fucking robot. This is retarded.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen that shit today.
What?
Fucking robot?
Oh, yeah, that robot that was walking around. He had never seen one. I see him at the malls and shit.
Yeah, the security,
security robot.
Stanford Shopping Center has had one for like a year and a half, 2 years.
Dude, I had to tell him, I was like, I can't believe I never see today I'd have to hide my beer from a fucking robot. He's like, hide. I was like, what? I was like, oh shit, the robot, it might be coming this way.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I was a kid, I would absolutely drop kick that fucking thing. I mean, that's, and I know I would get hurt or arrested or something, but like, come on, we're gonna 14, 15-year-old kids are gonna knock that shit over.
I mean, when we were walking and like, it was coming towards us, he's like, don't move.
We're not in Minority Report. What the fuck are you doing? It's gonna scan your eyes. No, but that's some trippy shit. They're doing it with same thing with like when I post something to Instagram or Facebook, especially if it's deemed alt-right by a robot, is what's actually like the algorithm is what's telling other people they're allowed to see my shit or not see my shit. The algorithm tells Twitter, oh, you got to kick this person off. Like it's some autonomous shit. It's creepy, man. It's not even a real goddamn person. It's fucking creepy.
Yep. They're closing down all the gun pages on Facebook.
Really?
Yep. I'm part of the bunch of private groups, firearms pages.
Okay.
Every day there's a new page that has gotten closed.
Right.
They're just controlling everything. And I've also noticed if I comment on an article, one of the news articles,
right,
I'll get a notification that so-and-so commented. I'll click on it. It doesn't show. And then I see other comments responding to that comment. And I'm like, where the fuck did that comment go? Why is it getting censored to me? Everybody can see it but me. What the fuck?
right.
Like,
It's
I can't argue back because I don't know what the fuck they said.
right. That's why this place, like doing this stupid fucking podcast, is so part of the many reasons. Because also I'm a fucking idiot and I like ranting.
True.
That goes for all of us.
May he poop on my knee. But I think this is where the main fight is for the freedom of speech, for the freedom to have actual genuine conversations. You can't do the fight on social media because it's too easy to get a blurb or get a fucking knockdown or whatever. Like my listenership is growing and people are enjoying it, and it's just a place for me to really make any joke I want, say any fucking thing I want, and just blah, and have it me be able to spend a couple of minutes explaining what the fuck I'm trying to talk about and be able to retract something if I want or like not or whatever. It's this is like Joe Rogan or Sam Harris and all these people like Jordan Peters. This is like the long form conversations is definitely the wave of what's actually helping that shit. Is more humanity, not less humanity. Not autonomous machines telling us what we're allowed to see and not see. It's more humanity is the answer to it. You know what I mean? Like when that whole sunlight is the best disinfectant. If you want less KKK members, let's see more of them. And we all like with all that fucking tiki torch cocksuckers down in the South. No one, even Trump supporters, no one looked at those guys and were like, they're cool. No, we're all like that's some fucking gay ass shit. Like, oh, I have a white polo on and I'm angry. Like, you bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you don't like black people. You know what I mean? Like, it's this weird. Like, if you give it light, it doesn't make it more powerful. It makes it less powerful. I don't know. That's my rant for now. I'm sorry.
That part.
But anyway, I'd be down to go to a fucking range.
Let's do it.
Spend a couple goddamn $100 bucks.
Do it.
I shouldn't do it. But
You should go to Vegas because then you could do like fully automatics, right?
That's right.
it's probably cheaper too.
Yep.
And fuck some prostitutes. But prostitutes are more expensive over there.
Let's go shoot some guns and shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Guns.
Yeah, it's true. But what I really liked about Vegas too was like you could still smoke indoors over there.
Yep.
Right, and you could drink outside. I mean, you don't drink anymore, but
It depends.
no, you could.
Yeah, you can walk down the strip,
You can
right?
walk down the strip with the alcohol. It cannot be a glass container though.
Oh, okay.
I've never got stopped. I've walked around with a bottle of Fireball.
Good old John here. He's the king of Vegas, dude.
or a Corona.
Right.
I've never not had a not glass container.
It's because you're white, man.
And it all comes full circle. No, but like, and not just that, but there's all these little barkers who were like, "Hey, come fuck our prostitutes!" Like, it's a wild city. You can go into 7-Eleven, like Oregon. When I lived in Oregon, you can go into like a shop mart or whatever, and they have fucking gambling machines right there.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? They have gambling machines in the Vegas airport. That's just some amazing shit, dude. That's some amazing shit.
In March.
You going to Vegas in March? It's a magical place. I only spent a couple of days there. I actually was fucking this girl who, because you mentioned the Gold Club. She was a stripper and she danced at the Gold Club from time to time. But she lived in Oregon. She would come down here to dance at the Gold Club. Strippers are wonderful people. That's all.
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't even take bottoms off. Like, I didn't know. I've never even been in the Gold Club.
You can't do it at Gold Club. That's why.
Really?
Yeah. That's why you can drink there.
They have alcohol.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what it? What?
Yep.
I feel like I went to.
Talking about this.
This can't fucking be. I went, or maybe just good girls breaking the law. But like, I went at I think it was like Century, one of those like, what's that one that really kind of crappy one on the border of, I think it's not Polk. What's the one right next to Polk? Is it Larkin or Eddie?
Oh, you're talking about
What's that fucking one? 20th Century or
no. It's New Century, I think.
Yeah. I went into one of those, and it was for a bachelor party, and there was spread eagle butthole. Like, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't think there's alcohol there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I remember just having a Red Bull there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then remember there was that one on Market Street that closed down?
Oh, yeah, near the Warfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's closed down?
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah,
now.
because, I mean, you know, that's not like a party place for bachelor parties to go. It's like, you know.
No, you go to like Penthouse and like all these new ones.
Yeah,
I guess.
you stick near Broadway or whatever. I haven't been to a strip club in a while. I just don't want to fucking, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm a little unsold on it, on the whole fucking situation.
Yeah.
But they're wonderful people. God bless their hearts. They're awful fucking people. But they're wonderful people.
Very insecure, but wonderful.
But it's got to be hard. I was talking to her at some point, because this was years ago. But I was talking to her at some point. I was like, so how often would you say a guy crosses the line, you know? Because, I mean, she would tell me, like, she would cross the line when it would come, like, there was this guy who wanted her and her other stripper friend to just beat him up. So they did it once. They just were like, "Oh, you're going to pay us hundreds of dollars to like punch you in the face."
I'm suing you.
I don't even have to. I don't even have to touch your nasty dick, or you get undressed. Fine, I'll punch you in the face and get paid $100. You know, or there was another guy who would like take her shopping. You know what I mean? And that was it. He was married, no sexual contact, no whatever. But he just wanted to take her to the mall and buy her a bunch of shit from time to time. But I asked her, like, how often would a guy, like, in the club, even at the Gold Club or wherever, start grabbing your ass or crossing the line? She was like, every fucking day. So, you know, I mean, it's got to be difficult in its own way. Obviously, you're still getting, I mean, none of the three of us, as attractive as we are, would have our stripper quality. I'll just say that. I don't know how Poland is, you know, how...
Oh, you'd love you some Polish girls.
Dude, skinny white girls are my shit, dude. I'm a fucking, skinny white girls all day. I've always said this. Maybe we'll take the round of preferences and then we'll start wrapping up. But like, I was thinking like, and I've said this on the podcast, I would take a white 6 over an Asian or a black 8. That's how much. Like I would take probably. It depends on the Asian. It depends on the Asian. I like American ass Asian.
Yes.
I like you need to be because there's been some times where like I look at the ass.
Not that video you showed us. Not that.
No.
No.
Although good girl, you got to give her props. As nasty as that room would smell, you got to give her shit. That's a good girl. You know, getting punched in the stomach till she throws up. That's a trooper.
Surprised she didn't get kicked. That's part 2.
Yeah, maybe. But apparently she does hundreds of these videos.
That must be bad for your esophagus.
That's gotta be bad.
And your teeth, because like acid comes up.
Ugh. Probably your stomach too. But like,
yeah.
How would that make her pussy wet? I mean, I guess maybe choking on a dick, but like throwing up from getting punched in the stomach.
It's not even sexual.
It's not. But you know,
whatever.
Anyway,
who am I to judge?
But yeah, no, I'm a sucker for skinny white girls. I like skinny white girls. I would take a white 6. Over, as long as she's skinny, a white 6 over probably an Asian or a black 9. Like especially like for black girls, you need to be like you kind of need to
curly
be like
hair.
Tyra for me. Like I'll, you know, obviously there's a lot of black girls I would have sex with, but as far as preference goes, that's my shit.
Oh, curly hair, light skin, black.
You like
booty.
curly hair? Okay. But
that's skinny, but just like, you know, hourglass shape.
So give me a female celebrity. Who are you thinking? Are you thinking like a Cardi B?
Oh, gross! God, that bitch looked like.
She's ugly.
God, what's that person from Lord of the Rings?
Gollum?
Whatever. I never seen that
My
shit.
precious.
I just seen
You've
memes.
never seen Lord of the Rings?
Nah.
You're from that land.
Fuck no.
You're from the fucking. I mean, obviously it's a different country, but you're from the fucking. You're fucking. There's a pan flute somewhere in your past. Anyway, you actually have the beard of similar to Gimli Son of glowing.
You gotta show me these fucking.
All right.
Anyway.
I don't know what that is either.
Come on, don't fucking.
But yeah, no,
Damn it.
I like Tyra.
Nope.
Yeah, Tyra. You can get it to Tyra.
What's your face?
What, Nicki?
Minaj?
Nicki Minaj?
Oh, no.
No, I know.
No.
That's what. See, this is partially.
Halle Berry.
Okay, yeah, she's cute, but she's skinny.
True.
I mean, she's
Well,
not like
yeah.
deathly skinny, but she's skinny. You know, she's not like Redbone. You know what I mean? Like,
I do love me some J-Lo though.
See, I could get behind like early '90s J-Lo when she was like in Living Color. Fuck yeah, but
Mrs. Huxtable.
don't say it with a question mark at the end. What do you say? Have some. I gotta see Mrs. Huxtable. Who are you thinking about? Are you talking about what's her face? The daughter?
No.
Hang on. Mrs. Huxtable.
According to Wikipedia, Claire Olivia Hanks Huxtable is a fictional character who appears on the American sitcom The Cosby Show.
Yeah, all right. I could see there's
I mean,
an
I'm not,
aunt
she's
vibe.
Not she's not a 10 or anything, but she's, you know.
Okay, that's an interesting pick. What the fuck? Don't say what the fuck. We all have interesting picks. All right. I listen to fucking. Anyway, that's a bad example. What about you? Give me like a female celebrity. Obviously, there's a difference between. Let me rephrase. Let me preface this by saying there's a difference between who you would have sex with and who like your shit is. Like I would have sex with lots of fat girls, but my preference is.
I don't have a preference, honestly.
All right, now you're gonna bother me. What are you saying? You don't have a
I don't
preference?
have a preference.
Okay, is there a preference that you wouldn't fuck?
Ooh.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this shit.
Just don't share it with anybody you know. That's all. Okay, okay, all right. There's safe zones. There's
shit.
safe zones. Here's what I'm saying. There's safe zones. I like. Okay, give me a Lucy Liu all fucking day. Absolutely. But she's kind of half white. She's got some freckles and shit. You know what I mean? Like she's got some American-ish features. I just like that shit, right? But
What about Gabrielle Union?
oh yeah, I think she's yeah. Is that the one from
Boys?
Django?
I don't know if she was in it, but she was in Bad Boys 2.
Gabrielle.
Dwayne Wade's wife.
Who in the what?
I actually seen her.
Olivia Munn.
Yeah, she could get it.
Okay, Olivia Munn should get yeah, for sure. But I don't. You know what I don't like is her like I'm into dorks vibe. You know what I mean? How she's like doing all, like, fuck off, man.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I'm sorry. As if I have any right to judge with some of the shit I've looked at online.
Hey, bitch.
You want to get kicked in the stomach?
Hey, listen. Yeah, nothing wrong with hitting a girl when she's in bed. At least you slap her around. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I like. See, but this is the thing that I miss from Bay Area dudes. Like, which is part of the reason why I'm moving to New York in September. And so part of the reason why
Teardrops.
Fuck.
Listen,
New York is worse.
no, it's not. As far as dudes, come on. I
You
know
gonna go
they,
there to meet dudes?
Is this guy living in San Francisco, being gay in New York or
I
something?
don't know.
Fuck.
well done. That was fucking well done. I'm saying as far as dudedom, like as a like yes, they are very left leaning, but mostly politically. Like you can get away with, you can have race jokes. The comedy scene is way better over there. Music scene is way better over there. You can be fucking real. If I'm at a Starbucks and there's a delicious ass in front of me, I want to look at some dude and be like, nigga, look at that shit. And I'm able to do that less here with a bunch of fucking skinny white guys who have like
Everyone's
Jufros and like
yeah.
their headphones in.
Skinny
Like
jeans.
I just need to talk. I just need somebody around me to go, look at that shit. I just need somebody around me. You know what I'm saying? Like so I can feel like I'm more at peace and myself. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more of that shit. There's more dudes.
Well,
There's
people
more dudes.
are they're less sensitive over there.
Yeah,
People
more-
that I've known that came from New York, they say people in California are really sensitive. Because over there, you got those Italians that, you know, they talk a lot of shit and like,
Right.
fuck you, blah, blah, blah. But they
Right.
don't it's not like they're trying to get in a fight or anything, but
Right.
that's just how they talk.
Right. And there's legit ass black people, legit ass Mexicans, legit ass Puerto Ricans, legit ass Jews. Like, not like saying that one culture needs to be all the same. That's not what I mean. But like in the Bay Area, this is the way I put it. In the Bay Area, you'll have a black guy on a bar train, an Indian guy on a bar train, but everyone has the same Apple fucking earbuds. They're all doing the exact same fucking tech job. They're all doing the exact same thing and believing the exact same thing and eating the exact same Yelp or fucking Grubhub Thai and watching the same fucking Netflix show.
Fucking vegan burger at a burger joint.
Exactly.
What the
It's all
fuck?
it's all the same culture. Whereas over there, you get fucking motherfuckers from, Harlem, and you get motherfuckers from the Jewish, like real ass thick hat Jewish. You know what I mean? Like you get real mix of actual cultures meeting. You know what I mean? So there's actually more like, kind of give and take with it. Yeah, we're more New Yorker might be more rude at the Starbucks. But if you're in trouble, he'll help you out more than a fucking Bay Area guy who wouldn't, I don't want to.
He's going to call the police on you if you're black. Out of Starbucks.
Yeah, I turned to some white guy over here. Look at that shit. Excuse me, she's not a piece of meat. I know she's not. I'm trying to fuck her. Of course she's not a piece of meat. But, of course she's a human. I want to be able to talk to her. I want her to have her own head. But look at that shit. That's all I'm saying. Sorry.
I get it.
Here he goes again.
No, I mean, I like when we were on the cow train and some dude was taking a picture of the cow train and it just happened to be out our window, so I just flipped them off just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And there's people just like looking into this, guys. Like, just have some fun. Like,
Right.
photobombing you.
Right.
It's fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Can't do that here.
Well, you want to wrap up?
Yeah. What are we rapping about?
No, wrap up.
Hose.
Don't. You just had boats of hose and fucking.
Shit. I know.
So, just real quick, teach us like something useful to say or something shitty to say. So, like the only Russian I know is "Iti vitvayu pizda balshaya suka."
He's not Russian. Man.
I know that. I'm saying that's the only Russian I know. Russian meaning, so that in Russian is "go up your own pussy, you big bitch." The only German I know is "Arschfreaken," which means ass penetration. So, what's a bad word to say in Polish?
Kurwa.
What's kurwa?
It has a lot of meaning. It could be fuck, it could be bitch, it could be whore. It's very universal.
Wow, kurwa.
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 Like a curve in Spanish.
Kurwa. Okay, wow. All right. So if I told that to a bunch of like they would be like, "Whoa, what the fuck is his problem?"
Right. Like it's perfect for like when you accidentally stub your toe on the fucking table and you're like, "Kurwa." They're like, "Oh, damn." Like that's like the top of the food chain of bad words.
Interesting.
Is like, if you say that as a kid, you're in trouble.
Good. Not like taking a hammer out when the police are on your lawn.
Right. And then pretending like I don't know my own friends.
Right.
Yeah. I was just like, I'm just gonna go back.
Hey, but it's you gotta respect it. You can't get mad at him for like trying.
Hey, man, but
we were laughing.
You're right.
I mean, hey, they played along. It's not gonna be like, oh, hey, John. Hey, man, you don't fucking know me.
Right.
We're just looking at the corner of our eyes, like, there you go.
I was like, oh.
So, I mean, is there anything else? You guys don't want to plug anything, obviously. You're not doing shows or anything. So, is there anything else to end it that you want to say?
No, not really.
Good.
Okay. Well,
Show has been sponsored by.
Dude, no, I actually don't have any sponsors.
I know.
I was thinking that there should be some. I actually reached out to a couple of porn websites, but no one. One of them got back to me and they were like, "Well, we're thinking about it, but we're probably not going to do it." So I'm like, "All right."
I mean, I thought about having a podcast, but I just
should.
don't have a setup.
Well, it's fun. You should do it. I mean, you could get like my other setup is not just this, but is like a Zoom H6, like those little audio recorders, and you get some mics and some plugs, and you could just record it right there. So I don't know, it's fun.
We'll be back on here for another episode, whatever. Yeah. We'll actually pick some topics because right now we just kind of went off of the whatever.
But
right?
then
Unless you right.
See, this okay. I knew. All right, this is a bone I have to pick with fucking goddamn. I understand. It's like number one, some people are like nervous before coming in. Number two, you don't need to be because I'm the asshole here. Like no one even knows who the fuck you are. You know, I'm the douchebag. Number three, if some people love. You know, I was thinking about this. I have these episodes where it's just me alone in my car, ranting, smoking cigarettes, and talking bullshit. And I always think like, oh, I don't know. And then I had somebody reach out to me today. Oh, it's my favorite episode ever. I'm like, really? The fuck? Have you not listened to the other 46? But like, some people like love the MAGA ones. Some people love the music ones. Some people love like everybody's got a different fucking taste. And not just that. A guest recently texted me a couple of days after our episode that we recorded before I posted it. He was like, "Man, I don't know about that first part, and it just felt like we were boring." And then I was like, "Just trust, just relax, you know." And I posted it, and he listened, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, that flowed a lot better than I thought." So you know what I mean, like. Obviously, the three of us don't really. I mean, you guys know each other. Me and John know each other, but like we don't know each other as a group. You know, whatever. I mean, besides sexually. But like, we should actually, for the picture of the podcast, we should line up our dicks from tallest to smallest.
We'll start off with yours,
right? You know what? God damn it. Are Polish people circumcised? It's just you're Catholics, right?
right?
Okay, so probably not.
No.
Catholics don't do that shit. That's why I'm not. That's
why I'm always warm in the winter.
Does it look like your beard? Actually, it looks like it grows up like a fucking like a tree from Fern Gully, the last rainforest.
Exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, but no. All I'm saying is, listen back to it, share with whoever you want. If by the way, besides all the fucking editing out of names that I have to do, I'll probably just add beeps. That's what I normally do. It's easier than like cutting it, dragging it together. But let me know if you want to change anything or whatever. But this was fun. This was fucking good, especially the parts about the immigration and the guns and stuff. And yeah, people are gonna like it. Because I honestly I don't. As the host, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing in a lot of ways, but people seem to really be enjoying it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So, fucking whatever.
Fuck it, it's whatever, eh?
You gonna get feedback on this from listeners?
Sometimes, yeah. But I mean, feedback every once in a while.
Hunt you down.
Feedback comes in the weirdest spots. Feedback comes from like somebody messaging me randomly that I didn't even know listens. You know what I mean? Will just send me a message. If you want to, by the way, conservativepodcast@gmail.com, or find me on Instagram, Peter_Feliciano. And someone will just send me a message. Hey, I really love that episode. One guy hit me up from fucking Sacramento who found my podcast because he was listening to something else, and they recommended it was one of the related. And then he's listened to a ton of them and just decided to send me a message. I'm like, oh, okay, right on. Like, so it comes randomly out of nowhere, but you know, people seem to like it. I fucking love doing it. So, but yeah, thank you very much, gentlemen, for doing this.
Thank you for having us. This was tits.
This was tits.
This was tits.
And don't worry, I'll let you smoke bum another cigarette from me. It's fine.
I'm fiending over here.
I'm playing at 7 Mile House in Brisbane on Valentine's Day from 7 to 10. And then I'll be in New York, and I definitely have a show. I still don't know exactly when, but I'll definitely be having a show on February 15th. But I'll be posting it to my Instagram and to Facebook.
One more thing.
Yes, sir.
Which I brought up to him. Do you know what March 14th is?
I don't like this face. What? What is it?
I just learned this from
3/14. Is it Pie Day? What is it?
No, it's actually Steak and Blowjob Day.
Is it Steak and Blowjob Day?
Google it. Just say what. Just put Steak and Blowjob Day.
Steak and Blowjob Day.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Steak and Blowjob Day is a satirical holiday created in the United States as a male response to Valentine's Day.
Okay, so I don't like why you're asking me about that.
Because I wanted to ask
What are you doing? Steak and Blowjob Day, right? Because I got some sirloin. Hey,
I just wanted to know how many dudes know about this, and apparently he didn't know about it, you didn't know about it, but
you want to spread the word.
Yeah,
you want to spread the good news.
Yes, yes.
Well, fucking A. We'll go to a fucking goddamn, what's that shitty place that, Outback. Outback is dog shit. Man, have you noticed the Outback, the Bloomin' Onion has shrunk? It used to be way more bloominy. Now it's disgusting now. I still eat it, but it's disgusting.
It's so good.
Anyway, yes, steak and blowjob day. God bless us, everybody.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll be playing in New York in February. Find me if you want to support all the endeavors that I do. If you find this valuable, go to patreon.com/conservatish and give me your fucking money. Share these podcasts with your friends and with your family, especially the less offendable ones. And find me on Instagram and Facebook and all that shit. Yeah, I appreciate it all very much. And thank you again, Marco and John, for coming on.
Anytime.
Good night, everybody.